gap and the M4 in hand, has a chance here, and that's a free kill. It's a one-on-one against m0NESY.
This could be an absolute disaster for G2, but m0NESY is going to be tested early. He has only got a scout in hand. Yuri has the better weapon here. Problem is, m0NESY has control of the bomb for the time being.
There is so much time. Yuri doesn't need to be in a rush here, and m0NESY has no idea where he's gotten off to, so both just hitting the brake. No sound cues coming through, cutting noise. Waiting to see who's going to make the first mistake as part of this. m0NESY currently residing in lobby, and Yuri, as he makes his way around ramp, they might have a head-on collision.
Well, m0NESY knows that he can play with the USP because Yuri doesn't have armor, right? These are all soft opponents, so the USP is good for the tap to the head if m0NESY can get it. And Yuri's starting to come back through the ramp. It's all about the timings here as Yuri begins to move his way back into lobby. m0NESY holds from Squeaky, dropping back. Yuri spotted him, and it's Furia who tie up the scoreline early.
What a massive round to win. I cannot state that enough. That investment that they brought in was basically nothing. They just go into the top site with a flash. There was a P250 out and Glocks. That one there is egg on the face of G2 here early. That is a miserable way to be kicking off this map.
Oh, it's horrible. m0NESY tries his best here, but Yuri, like you said, just with that time, is able to maneuver around the map, and m0NESY has to guess about so many different angles.
Yeah, there's so many unknowns right there, but that's a horrible round to lose. If it was an investment, if it was a force buy, sure, maybe you get excited, but see what that means for the buy. Furia, just by one player surviving with that light investment, safe straight into an AWP. This is dream scenario for Furia right here.
It's pretty wild. It's pretty wild they've got into this situation.
Those rounds are like a 1 in 10, right? They are so difficult to win. Maybe even a 1 in 20, considering. The force buy back from G2 here. They want to see if they can contest this. m0NESY into a scout, Deagles for the rest, and Kevlar for the 4. For a, well, standard spread here. Want to see the Heaven rotator, Nico out towards Yard. Again. Alexi B4 ramp.
G2 would love to try to steal this one back. m0NESY. Oh, good shot from Nico. Goes up for a second, couldn't quite capitalize. Yuri able to double up because he found m0NESY as well, who was trying to get the wide swing up to deal with Silo, but Furia making this one nice and easy. They've only lost one player, and that's how they want to keep it, as they now look to challenge down Jax's Deagle. He's got to deal from an attack from two fronts. Squeaky as drop moves forward. Jax, oh, he's able to recover at least a shot off, so another kill, another rebuy. Alexi B stuck towards the ramp.
Yeah, and in the whole scheme of this, it doesn't matter. The force by falls flat immediately, right? If you're going to invest like that and you want to win back the force by walls after what was a bit of an embarrassing round loss, you need to be more potent than just 2 Deagle kills. So G2, you better got to be hoping you get the version that was against Liquid, not the one that was against Fnatic in maps 2 and 3. Now, just to take you for a little bit of a journey down their group stage so far, it was new because their opening jaunt. It was the first map we got to see them on here at IEM Katowice 2022. And they won it 16-2. Nico was mauling them towards Yard. Everything was looking fantastic. And, well, then as the series continued, it got worse and worse. Taking on the new Liquid, they were able to scoop that one up and looking much more convincing.
That is going to be an interesting story to really go down, is seeing how this G2 team are going to deal with Furia's T-side, because a big part of their success was Nico's ability to play disruptive. In the words of Mezzy, and he was really shutting them down towards outside. They don't really go outside.
That's the thing, right? And in the early stages, we have seen Art out there within the anti-eco or the anti-force, and we also saw him there on the pistol. But as far as gun rounds go, they like to throw the bridge smoke to cover off between the T-boxes and T-red, right, to give them a little bit of wiggle room. And then they'll throw the L-block smokes, but they hardly use them, at least in the demos that we've been keeping our eye on. So it's going to be more lobby-centric, and we already built up the 3 key players. That takes Nico and m0NESY a little bit out of the mix. It puts more pressure on the other 3.
Yeah, m0NESY really is a very static player when it comes to the CT side here as well. We're going to see him really just, he'll pretty much not go beyond the warehouse, and he'll go back to hell very, very often. So that's his positions really on the CT side. Quite easy to see if you're Furia, if you've done your homework on how to deal with him. And Kesserado and Drop start to rip apart this defense. Not much really going for G2 in this one.
Well, closing the vents there, you can see if maybe you're not too familiar, maybe you didn't even know because the vent's broken after time. You can hit E on that and it just puts the shutters down on the vent. Make sure nobody can be cheeky-beaky. Being cheeky himself is just 2 more to find. Nico and m0NESY, the last 2 alive. And the curious question is, at what point are they going to need to try and force their way into the game, right? Because what they could do early, if, as we mentioned, they've done their homework and they see that Furia doesn't want to do a lot of aggressive Yard plays, they could actually send Nico out on his lonesome to take full control and even start going for aggro maneuvers, freeing up m0NESY to not have to be the outside rotator. But the desk was talking about it as well. Vent drops from Art. Who's going to deal with that? It would make sense if it's Alexi coming down from ramp. We're going to see where the weaknesses are, where the pressure points are. So just giving you a couple of details to look out for here. Don't expect this to be a standard game of Nuke unless Furia have decided to change things overnight.
It would be kind of strange to try and do that against a team like G2 where, you know, Nico's playing towards outside. A little steal there from m0NESY.
He even gets a kill.
Yeah, he's been able to get a kill there on the way out as well and stay up. I thought for a second he might go down, but m0NESY handles it. That's a good weapon to pick up. That buys some extra cash here for G2 to play with.
Exactly. He gets to drop that over to one of his teammates, and he can buy into the AWP still. So for this topside defense, there actually might be a bit more utility. Hunter is lucky that m0NESY's thrown that one over, but this was just cleaning house here for Furia. No dramas as the scoreline reads 3-1 in the favor of the Brazilians. Hart keeping a Mac 10 in hand, and well, here you go. You can see some of this top-centric utility. K-Serrado up and over on the silo. So many bodies in lobby here. Now, they have to know that it's very rare to see Furia using these yard smokes. You've seen them setting up for a top pop, smoke towards main, flash on out. Here we go.
Bit of quickness to this. Art coming out with a Mac 10, looking to put pressure on Jax at the back of the site, and luckily Hunter there to back him up, but Art's in the smoke. He is still in the smoke right now, and Jax is just trying to find him, but once he pulls the nade, Art just comes out of nowhere. Oh, that is so frustrating. Now m0NESY has to try and pull that kill back, and Art, of course, still inside of the smoke as m0NESY drops into his rifle. And now Furia in a very good position. Serrado's about to remove Nico, and it's just Alexi B.
Oh, that was way too easy, wasn't it? You could all see it. You could see it coming. You could see it coming every day of the week. They're just scattered on this site. Maroon, Jackson, Hunter didn't have a lot of help. Desperate maneuver there from m0NESY dropping in without any flash, without too many teammates around to assist, and now it is just Alexi B with the FAMAS in hand, and a great round from Furia. The thing is, once they start to set this tone early of being able to get away with top hits like that, that's where the playbook opens up. That's when you actually can go back to using Yard, because they're going to have less eyes, right? They're not going to put as much focus on that position.
And often you will see CT sides put their best players in around the Yard position, and Nico and m0NESY are going to be the two players around that area. If you're Furia, you're somewhat targeting the weaker elements, right? You're targeting Jax, you're targeting Hunter, having to play alongside him, and if you could put pressure onto that site anchor, it can be really difficult for G2 to patch that up.
Yeah, it's curious that is the approach, right? Because for everybody else in modern day Counter-Strike, it is about playing the rotations, you know, doing the smoke walls, the different variations, lurking into warehouse, peeling into main, going down secret, the standard broken record stuff I'm sure you guys are fed up of hearing. But this is Art up to his regular hijinks. That's exactly what he's known for. Heard Yanko saying that this team, he doesn't think can find too much success with him at the helm. Well, let's wait and see. Maybe Art has something to say. It's going to be a little bit of a buy back here. Hunter is able to purchase into an M4 due to, well, the financial situation previously. Bit more of a lean towards Yard here. 3 players out there crawling with the guise of Safe's AWP. 11 years the difference between primary AWPers in the server today. m0NESY, I think he's the youngest in the tournament. Safe, maybe the oldest AWPer we have in play.
Yeah, it's pretty wild. Safe actually had a stint in 1.6. Very recently picked up CSGO again in just 2019, so hasn't been playing pro for a very long time. Good kill some Art here. Hunter going down alongside Jax. Not much resistance again here for G2, and Art is getting all the positions that he wants right now, feeding up on this G2 side. Yeah,
if I'm Xtaz right now, I'm calling a bloody timeout, and I'm calling it quick just to settle them in. Hey boys, this is it. We have 2 games to play today. Do we want to do it the hard way or the easy way? It'd be nice to get through Furia quick as you like. Make sure that you're not stressing out too much. You're not having to go 3 maps, overtimes, stressful comebacks, because you still have one more game to play against the winner of Fnatic and Astralis, which is going down simultaneously with us over there on the B stream, being casted by Hugo and Harry. If you want to check that one out, then you can squad stream. You can also add a B to the end of the URL. That one is kicking off on Inferno. I'll let you go and find the score if you ever so desire. But this is a great start from Furia here. You love to see what they're pulling out early, and they're getting away with their traditional plays. So things seem to be going well in the Brazilian playbook. Couple of kills, but this is consolation at best. We won't start worrying about too many economical woes. Just with the way this game started. Nice. Well, he's sharp at least, but this is the thing. If he's not in the action, it's not going to matter.
It's a little bit of style points. That's all he's getting right now. And an AK. An AK into the hands of Nico.
That's true. The AK can be deadly in the hands of this man right here. I think there's no doubt he is the absolute best rifler in the world.
Often the best on the server, certainly today. Now 5-1 start for Furia. G2 on the pistol, and that's it.
Yeah, I just feel the way that this game started, especially like to Glocks and P250s with a couple of flashes, like that is miserable. It sets the tees up in such a nice place, and I want to build on that a little bit. You can see the amount of cash for Serato, Drop, and Safe. They all right now, this is before Drop buys, but they all currently have over 10K. Right, this is a dream start.
Yeah, this is looking so good for Furia early on. Even if G2 are able to pick up a round, not only do they have to win this round, but they have to win it relatively cleanly. You can't afford to lose too many weapons here.
Yeah, so shoe on the other foot for G2 are the ones going to be feeling the ramifications of the economy early. And this was the timeout I spoke about. It has been called necessary, right? Necessary, just to wake them up, because it is the first game of the day, but it may be one of these teams' last. Well, here we go, about to get things back in play. Freeze time has subsided, and away we go. What's the difference going to be? m0NESY able to get his weapon of choice. There are defuse kits in play and plenty of utility, so G2 have everything they need to defend. Squeaky swinging open, Molly, and Smoke, so just a warning shot through.
Oh, m0NESY playing towards ramp. Start of this round a little different for him to try and deal with some of the numbers that might come his way, but Nico finally deals with Art. Art, for the first time really in this game, hasn't been able to get into a strong position. Serato looking to pull that back, but whiffs his spray, and that is going to allow Hunter the second kill of play for G2.
A must convert for G2 now. This is a great opening. m0NESY shows himself at ramp with the AWP. It forces a reaction from Art, and Nico mops that up with his aim. So at this point, in a 3-on-5 situation, you can't give away too much. Alexi, he's the next man to be tested towards Yard.
He's in a pretty good spot right now to try and come away with one. He can just peel back knowing his team already so far up, and as Yuri down and Lexiv sees the second. He just drops back down into hell, tosses an head on up, and they're locking down the control, making sure that it is very comfortable here for G2. And this is the round we were talking about, Chad. I just mentioned they need to keep as many players up as possible here for G2, and they're doing a good job of that right now.
Yeah, it's looking very good. Still 35 seconds remaining. So Furia, how are they going to get into this one? There is a B stream up down the side of the screen. Fnatic off to a flyer of a start. Now, this is Astralis. I know it's not impressing too many people. It might be a hard pill for some of the Danes to swallow. This is no longer a championship caliber team. They have to prove to us here that they've got the hard yards. They still have what it takes. Alexi.
Oh, he's got a little bit of a prowl.
How far forward is he going to go? Because the angle from drop, right, it's not going to be a necessary obvious clear for Alexi during all of this.
He's checking towards it. He seems like he's going to be ready for this, and he jumps up on the box. Drop given the advantage. Sees him first, and that is going to allow the kill. And now they're just trying to take him down again after the time. You can't really give away anything here, G2, so no hunt will be had. And so Furia saved 2 rifles, but finally G2 won a gun round.
And that's the thing, with all that extra cash we were talking about, you can justify the save there from Furia. They have so much to work with, they can get themselves another buy. It's all good in the hood, and well, the loss bonus would have only been a little tiny bit of 1,400.
Yeah, it's cool to see after the timeout, we see the immediate visible adjustments being taken into play, you know, replacing m0NESY's position, putting him on the ramp, and I think that is certainly going to be a good adaptation against
They can
Furia.
do that consistently. I think they can definitely do that consistently, or start dropping m0NESY down towards Secret. And it looks like they're doing it again. AWP over towards ramp, Alexi straight towards lower side. He can also address any Art vent drops if they come on through, but so far, so good. Standard play out here is lobby focus again from Furia. There are smokes dropped towards Yard, but there's not too much worries as the U2 comes in towards top. Here they come again.
Well, Jack's tested first, good headshot right between the eyes of Art, but decides to pull utility, and so that allows Yuri the instantaneous refrag.
Well, this one can slow down now. They've got what they're looking for, an opening frag. More bodies starting to lean towards Squeaky here. Quite a key point of rotation, and they're starting to siphon back towards m0NESY's position. AWP versus AWP could be on the cards.
m0NESY holds, he'll be tested, the pressure on his shoulders. Oh my god, that is so quick from m0NESY. The flick up, Safe thought he had a shot to peer over the top and get a bit of an off angle, but m0NESY decides, no.
Sending and packing, right? The 1 kill from Jax on top, and then the 1 kill from m0NESY. They're just ping-ponging between both bomb sites here.
You can see this is the first time Furia looked a little stressed. You know, where is the opening? Where's the chance for us now? Starting to come through the squeaky door, but now you've got to deal with Nico inside of the site, and while he's ready, it's one onto Serato. Rifle goes into Lexiv this time, and they're countering this now. Furia really uncomfortable.
Yeah, and Yuri might try and hold on to this AWP, 4750, so it's an expensive gun to hold on to, and I'm sure Safe will be very happy with that. I want to just have a little detail there. As soon as Alexi throws out that smoke from vent towards Squeaky, Nico's aware that that can be used against him as a one-way, immediately repositions, and Alexi plays close to the smoke for anybody lurking through. So good awareness of the potential gap, because Furia tried top, then they tried ramp, and then they were going to go towards Squeaky, and that's one of the options there where within the mid to late round, you do see teams use that. If they can't get into the top site, they'll drop down the vent and try and find an avenue towards the lower bomb site. But a timeout called on the other side of things now. This is going to be one coming out from Furia.
Yeah, I think they've realized G2 have figured out the initial game plan of how to adapt to it, and now it's Furia's turn to figure out some of the answers to deal with m0NESY and Nico as repositions.
You got Gary there, the coach behind them. Going to be chiming on in with Art, the anime protagonist. Seems like NSYNC and Backstreet Boys' hair is back in fashion.
Yeah, if there was to be a real like football team, you know, Furia would be the Counter-Strike.
Oh yeah? They're the equivalent? I thought they were just poker players. They do Counter-Strike for fun.
Yeah, it can, maybe, but they look very much like a Brazilian football team, I think. Art's constantly changing the hair. It's I feel like you could definitely be one of those sort of fashion icons in CS.
I like the Furia, the new torchbearers of Brazilian Counter-Strike. I think that they're an exciting bunch. A lot of skill within this team. I love Queserado and Yuri as just two absolute beasts of players.
Yeah.
And here we go again. Guns out for both. And, well, they've continued to put m0NESY towards ramp. So this is consistent as far as the change goes. An onslaught of grenades towards top. Standard play to try and make things as jarring as possible. And Yuri and Safe are actually working on some yard control during all of this.
Yeah, at this point, if you can't get ramp, you have to look elsewhere. You can't just keep hitting from lobby. So they realize now, we've been forced into somewhat of an uncomfortable game. Maybe we can use Safe to try and glean some of this outside control. Nico on the prowl over here isn't an easy player to take down.
Fortunate timing there as well. Safe was just on the other side of red looking his way, but all they've done is clear out close. Safe's seen enough of yard. He's been told, well, that's as far as the leash will go. Drops back, grabs the bomb, and parks Yuri to potentially flank late. This is looking likely to be a top split here. Or not, back towards ramp. They seem to test m0NESY time and time again.
Let's see, m0NESY's been good so far. Flash isn't going to really affect him in this position. He feels good for one, and they're not going to challenge him. Just throw a little flash, give a bit of presence, but he knows now they aren't really coming this way with ill intent. Instead, Furia now looking to send some numbers in towards this top side, but G2 saving utility, throwing it down. They're having to force their way through the smokes, and Queserado down the vent alongside the rest of the squad as they now try and get into this B site.
There's no one down here to deal with this. m0NESY's trying to rotate.
He's got here in time before they come out of decon. They're going to use the smoke to try and cross on over. m0NESY goes for the shot through the smoke, but it hasn't worked out. He's lost his teammate. Alexi B goes down to the right, full of Queserado. And a follow-up kill this time from Safe. It's looking good for Furia as they remove m0NESY as well. Hunter, unfortunately, even with the element of surprise, cannot best Art. And it's all on Nico to save this AK.
Yeah, that right there. Alexi's been the one who's rotating lower, and he just wasn't the first responder on the site. So maybe the in-game leader of G2 expecting a different finish here. But there's one of the avenues, right? You can see the different pathways that they're trying to find themselves an opening, find themselves a way to get that bomb down, and they will succeed. They're going to put a stall out here to the previous two, which both ended in timeouts and saved guns. So good work from Furia here to find themselves 6. Money's still in play right now for G2. Nico can drop a gun for Jax, and there'll be no dramas as far as their buy goes. But that was the only gap that they could have found, and they found it. So good stuff there to the Brazilian side of things. Just straight on down, a great opening. Alexi B scrambling towards the site. Desperate maneuver from him, and Queserado lops off the head of the two defenders who had the most potential threat.
I think that now G2 are going to start to realize that maybe a bit more needs to be done with that vent in the late round. Furia love to abuse it.
I think it just has to be, well, never mind, it's a different setup here. m0NESY's towards yard this time with the AWP, so maybe they're moving Nico more into a top-centric hold here. Squeaky blown off, to Leon through. Standard stuff from the Furia side of things.
Just asserting some dominance and showing some presence. Not really moving with too much intent just yet, but those smokes towards outside have given Art a corridor to play with towards yard.
It also sends m0NESY straight back, so who's going to be the rotator towards lower here for G2? Feels like it has to be Alexi.
He's tasked himself with those rotations, trying to get down there in time, but Nico looking to defend door. Art just takes him out, and so that opens up a chance here, but Jax and Hunter, they're stepping up for G2, and Jax has found another. It's all on Safe now. 1v4 with the AWP. That's a rock-hard hold from Jax. Now up to 3 kills, and fantastic stuff from G2, being able to handle that bit of explosion from Furia. When Nico went down, it looked a little worrying there.
It did indeed. And it just took the simple smoke wall. They didn't even do the full L block, right? They just dropped the 2. I guess it was an I block in that regard, just to get them across to warehouse, but more used to come on into that main position for Art. Nico, you could see, right? Because they didn't have a first responder. I thought it had to be Alexi, but then that meant that Mondesi would have had to drop back. They would need to have somebody worrying about Heaven. There was a lot of gaps possible there within G2 CT defense. So really important 3 kills coming out of Jax here. Safe's position now noted. He's dropping down towards the lower site here, but with 19 seconds left, no bomb in his hands. We'll call this 4 for the international squad of G2. They are having to fight and claw to get these. Every single gun round that has been won right now for G2, somebody has stayed alive and saved for Furia. So if they don't, find the success they're looking for, they're more than happy to put their toys in their backpack and head home.
That's because they're keeping the economy a little bit on the ropes for G2 too, right? You can't afford to throw too many members at this to try and hunt down those saves. So G2 not really too comfortable yet. Furia still poking and prodding and trying to find some openings. And to be fair to Art, he's been able to find quite a few of these openings.
He has 10 kills right now, so he's definitely having his impact here. Great stuff from Jax.
Solid stuff. Instead of just playing that static position towards the back of the site, takes a different approach this time from the rafters. Buy in again for Furia. It's not going to be easy for G2 here at all. It's a quick door blown open. Mondesi, he's come in and looking for the opening, but he can't get it. And so Furia running right into the site. They've spotted Jax on top of the site. Cylinders, and unfortunately for Jax, he's not able to get a single kill. He was blinded in the open. Hunter at least peels away with 1, so that keeps it within the 4v4. But Furia in the site with the bomb down. Starting to look good for the chances. We've got to look to G2's retake.
One-way dropped here, so they might be able to still exploit the smoke from Furia. A bit of a gap of theirs. It's left just a slither here to work with. U2 coming out, flashes to initiate. Plenty of nades to make this one work for G2, but in a 4-on-4, it won't be easy.
They went in on Nico. He's still so far removed from the rest of the squad right now, so smoke will start to fade away. That one-way not being used for G2, and they're being held back in main. In comes Art through the smoke. Missed shot from Mondesi, and Art gets away with it. Alexi B has to retreat. Furia, a quick, explosive play. Not enough done from G2, and Alexi B is being hunted down. The AK desperately trying to be saved over, and it looks like you'll have that no problems, but Furia, that is another quick round catching G2 off.
And this is very difficult now, 7-4. I don't know how G2 are going to be feeling about this first half here.
This position from Jax, he really needs at least 1. He can't afford to go down.
You can understand why he plays that position, right? He's trying to avoid the mollies, but it is a curious one. Have a bit of a tech issue here. Won't be a long one. It is just the FPS bug. I'm sure all of you at home have experienced that. Yes. Log address.
Yeah. _1, right?
Yeah, or everyone at home will write this down. Log address _ add space 1.
Yes.
Right, you all got that? Good. Have it down, put it on your desktop.
Save it on a note.
Get it tattooed on your forehead. No, don't get it tattooed on your forehead, but don't forget about it.
Tat it somewhere that can't be seen.
Yeah, or maybe you want a face tattoo.
Sure.
Who am I to judge? Do whatever you want. Be your own individual. Getting the fist bumps back on through. See, it's fixed already, guys. That's how quick this issue can be resolved.
Only takes the knowledge of the admins. Now, we'll get back into play. Furia throwing G2 a couple of curveballs here.
I want to see G2 take some map control. Stop being dictated to, right? Take yard control. Maybe have a lobby push coming on through when they are being a little bit inactive in the early stages. Have a ramp crawl with the AWP. Take the fight to them. Be the ones here who can set the tone, because look at this. They're just running out again.
Yeah, and you have to stop them. Art luckily will be stopped by G2, and now Hunter looking. Oh, it's clean. Hunter with 3. And that's knocked out Furia in this one. Finally, they see how much they can get away with. They try and do it time and time again, and finally Hunter stood up for himself. He said no, takes 3 kills down, and now Furia, they're looking a little lost. How do you get into this one when you've lost so many players early? Save actually gets the chance in Alexi B when the smoke fades away. Now that opens up a chance down to this B site.
Yeah, we might need to flip this the other way. G2 have to convert this, right? It's not how to Furia find their way back in. It's how to G2 not screw this one up.
And Safe is pushing forward. Luckily, Mondesi had crossed beyond his crosshair. He's able to take the headshot, and the bomb goes down. So now we're just looking to Yuri. 1v3 with the AK. Bomb is being watched right now by Mondesi, and he's quick to the headshot. 5 for G2. Strong hold initially from Hunter. Got a little scary towards the end, but G2 handle it.
I just had a heart attack. Mondesi was juggling guns there at the end. He picked up the AK, picked up the M4 again, and then eventually got his hands on the AWP. So his weapon of choice grabbed in the final throws, but there's still a couple more necessary here for G2 on this CT side. Furia are looking extremely threatening here. They're not letting up. They're keeping all these rounds close, and you can see that you're dropping and bouncing the nade off the top of Hut, combined with spam through. The molly's in play. It's the little details of utility here that stalled out that Furia top push, but do they want to try it again? Squeaky's open. This time not going to run into the onslaught of the bullets. Hunter blind spamming. Now, they don't know if a player's dropped down the vent. The flashes, the smoke, the molly, they obscured all that vision. Hunter cops a bottle to the face, and Art gets him through the smoke. That's another opening.
How do Furia play with this one? Because they have so much time left. That's a big problem for G2.
Look how disconnected the G2 hold is. Alexi has had to drop towards lower because they don't know if anybody's dropped down the vent, and he can't really go looking right now. m0NESY at ramp, Jax towards topside with Nico, who also has to worry about yards. So many problems now. Look where Drop is. He's
pushed all the way through Hut. Nico starting to wrap around, taking a bit more of that control, but Sif is ready. He's holding for that. They're a while they're blindside, and knew G2 had to go for a play to try and gather some info back, but with that being punished, now Furia stand with a two-man advantage. And the full head of steam, they charge into Jax.
Trading.
It's just good for one, and that's it. Alexi B now spotted in the vent, and yeah, G2 not really much in this one.
Yeah, and that's the thing. You have to go for an info play, but it's on their lonesome. One of the things is, with current meta of nuke, you want to push lobby once you use yard control. Well, they're not taking yard control. You have yard, so you can't really push
it's
lobby.
Kind of like the opposite
exactly,
maneuver.
right? So they're just sitting back and waiting, and it's working out for Furia here. I can't believe they've found themselves 8 rounds already.
Now, I know the discussion with communication about an international team is always put through the ringer,
right? Right man here.
We're looking at Furia as a team that are so disruptive, so quick, causing quick rotations, confusion. How is that going to transpire for a team like G2 where, you know, let's be real, you know, a lot of these guys, English, not very strong for them. Some of them, especially Jax and m0NESY, I don't really know. He sounds good in interviews, but how good is he in the quick situations?
There's a couple of details, right? I think we have saving graces. Nico's been playing in international teams for the longest period of time. Alexi in his jaunt with OG was the same, and Jax and Hunter have had to do so when they came together, right? So the only one is really m0NESY here. Now, I've heard him in interviews. It's proficient enough, but the quickness that Furia play, key parts of intel is the problem, right? And that could even be the issue when you are speaking your native tongue with everybody. So now you add that extra curveball in the mix. Maybe you miss the communication. Maybe someone doesn't get that key piece of information they're sending and receiving, right? Maybe the acknowledgement of that's not coming on through. They've called the position incorrectly. But this is a great T-half from Furia. 8, you've got to be really happy with how this one's starting. Oh, and m0NESY is just in the flames, in the open. He's lucky to stay alive here.
This is a wild spot to find an AWPer. m0NESY's quick enough to get away with it.
That's good. He's actually taken some heads-up play to put himself in the game. He said he can be static around that heaven position, maybe just in yard. They've sent their heat-seeking missile out, and he's found a kill.
Alexi B's now on the ramp. Spotston coming in towards him, dropping back down without a kill, but m0NESY's now back in his more comfortable spot, and he is quick to the kill on Art. Now we have to look to Furia, who run with a full head of steam down towards this B site, and Alexi B looking to dampen their fire. He's taken out safe. 2 players left for Furia to recover this mission. It's not looking so hot to drop because now you've got Nico down here alongside Alexi B, so all the rifles ready to go. The FAMAS at range, not the best weapon, but Nico can certainly make it look proficient enough.
Yeah, good damage done here from Nico there. That should just stall them out towards this ramp position and allow the news to tighten from G2. I liked what we've seen from m0NESY here. They just need to finish this one off. Don't drop any bodies. Make sure going into the final round of play here, everybody's bought up fully because it could still be an 8-7.
Nico removed. Now Alexi B is going to be tasked and unable to take Drop on the first opportunity. Drop sneaking by, his head down. Does Alexi B expect him to get so wide already? He hasn't seen him on the second time of looking down the barrel, so Drop might just slip by. Into the smoke, out of the smoke, and a free kill on Alexi B. He's biding his time, he's wanting to get as deep as possible, and he now assassinates the head of Alexi B. It's down to Jax, m0NESY, and Hunter to try and close this one out, and somehow Furia have found a way into this.
They've known the bomb's been down in this position for some time, but they haven't addressed the lower site completely. 3-on-2, HB's not great, door swings open,
ball
Jax
down.
denies, and that's it, that is it, it's all done. m0NESY finally finds the final, and 8-6. That one got a little bit crazy for a second or two.
Yeah, that's the risk when you're trying to plant the bomb on bottom B. Just this, so many doors, so many positions you have to worry about.
The problem in all of that is that quite a few G2 members went down when it felt like they didn't have to. So the rebuys are coming on through, guns are dropped, and they can make it work. But we can see Alexi going into an MP9.
And the biggest tool of that last round is Yorp, and it's not there again.
That's true, right? I like the fact that they used m0NESY in a bit more of an aggressive position. We finally see him getting activated. Both teams with emissions in the buy for the final round here, round number 15, first half, map 1.
Well, Furia again, smash open that door, throw utility in, just try and panic G2 early. And Art is certainly looking to continue that panic. Luckily, Nico is ready. Looking directly up, but look at Alexa B's position. Elevated, boosted up, and he'll take away one on the boxes. Good trade out from Drop, but still, G2 will hold the advantage. And Furia, where do they go with this one?
Well, they've got ramp control. Last round, it was all down to the biff with Alexi and Nico. Monacy's here again.
Oh, he hasn't been able to take a kill. Nico's down here at least. Head spotted, and that's going to be one. Nico transfers for two, and now it's just Drop. Nico cleans it up. It's 7-half, as close as you can get it here on Nuke. I cannot wait to get into this second. So we're going to take a break. We'll be back after this.
Through the year, they're gonna see him playing, and he's very skillful, and he's also always like he's a very good listener, and that's a very nice skill to having a player like a teammate, and he has a lot of confidence. So he's always trying to help me out, like when he wants to do a play and he wants to do something, he's open to it. And when I want him to do something differently, he's open to new ideas, and that's something very awesome about him. So he's a very chill guy, very nice guy, and very try hard, very competitive.
You like Nuke? No? Well, here's a common warehouse smoke for you anyway. The lineups for this are nice and easy.
But 1xBet, they still seem to favour the international squad here. Lots of faith left over considering the slower start of things on that CT half.
Well, my player to watch here in the second half is going to be Sif. Towards that warehouse, he is incredible when he gets that AWP out in his hands. So we'll see how he gets going here at the start of the second with a pistol.
That's for everybody in GoTV, right, Dinko?
Yeah, exactly. Yep, exactly. Keep eyes on Sif. Watch back the demo. But Art trying to slip through the smoke. It's Alexi B burning away Sif at the start of this round, so not much to see from him this time. And G2 will be happy with the advantage. They're starting to apply pressure to Drop as they start to send numbers. But Art, oh, double kill. Monacy and Alexi B down. Nico luckily treading that back, but Drop is about to be tested here around the corner. When you're playing up in heaven, it's better to drop back here so you don't have to deal with multiple angles.
They saw the bomb towards the lower side as well, so it's forcing out such a crazy rotation. This space is being taken, but Drop, look at this angle.
Yeah, this is smarter to do this. If you stay up in heaven, you've got to deal with the ledge. You've got to deal with so many different options. So if you drop back here, you should be at least getting one. And unfortunately, oh, he will get one. Somehow, Jax, you got to look. And unfortunately, that looks a little bit of a lack of communication, Chad.
Whoa, just had absolutely no idea where he was getting shot from.
Okay.
Well, they're into the side at least. It is Nico in a 1-on-3. So if there's anybody you want in this position, it's Nico.
Yeah, and he has got the bomb plant. So at a minimum, G2 will have a force buy in the next round. But we've got to keep eyes on Nico to see if he's going to pick this one up. Down the lower side, rotations being made. He's got to worry about so many different sides here. Ramp, decon, double doors, window. So many positions Nico has whirling through his head right now. Doors open wide, they cross into him, and Nico will go down to the Julies. That's Furia with a pistol. It's Furia extending their lead, but at least G2 will have enough money to force buy in the next.
I feel like the computer that is the communication of G2 just broke down that round. It just froze on out because that position from drop, he took a couple of pot shots. Jax unawares, no trade possible there from Hunter, I believe it was. And yeah, this is the double kill from Art. Ah, I see. That's where it all went wrong. This is Jax. He got no idea. I think Hunter came out and actually was shooting towards either main or CT vent there as well. So, yeah, great positioning from drop. And yeah, Xtaz's reaction, I think that says it all.
They were in such a good position at the start of the round, right? They had all the map control you wanted. Disjointed from G2. Furia, comfortable buy here with majority rifles. Hunter trying to be quick, but he's got to run through the fire. To the fire and flames he goes, and Hunter, like a dragon, will try and go forward with the MAC-10, but it's Yuri that's come back into play. 3 picked up with the M4A1, and m0NESY replies, it's just Nico yet again. This still is winnable for Nico, as the Galil looks to drop at heaven. He will begin to fall back, but Nico bests him with the headshot. And now Nico begins to look for save. Climbing down the ladder has so much time to play with here.
So much time. That's the key here. Safe's going to actually offer himself up. Oh, unbreakable. The fight's going to come on. Nico with the headshot there, and they steal it back. What a clutch from Nico. They needed him, and he steps on up. He gets the room, they get the openings, and he'll close it down. That's the superstar potential we're talking about as Nico. He leads the server. 14 kills for him. And you love to see it.
And he needed that. G2 really needed a little bit of magic, something out of Nico to make the difference. Yuri looked like he held down this site. Good initial kills from Hunter and Jax. Yuri pulls it back for Furia, and it comes down to this Nico play. Cleans out Drop, who could have played a little bit further back, and Nico just playing the time, not getting pressured, able to manage the clutch.
Well, the halves, as far as the scores read, have started the same, right? G2 winning the force buy back in the same fashion, but this is fast in lobby. Alexi B.
Oh, he's going to try and deal with him. Luckily for Furia, it is just the 1-for-1.
This is where you need to swarm on yard, right? Take all the space, try and constrict, get around towards heaven, take away the other rotation points here, and just maroon Furia in lobby. Flip the script, turn this round on its head, make it so that they have to operate like the T's, attacking back into the bomb site here. You can see Safe's already rotated around towards Hell. Nico needs to be very careful.
Well, you walk into the CZ, you can very quickly hit the deck. And Safe has got a good angle. It's going to be Nico going down. Can't quite follow up for 2, but dropping Nico out of the server is a big kill to find.
And there's 3 rifles, 2 AKs at Galil remaining right now, and they are together. Util, it's not bad. They have a smoke. If they wanted to go down towards ramp, could be the right call here. Currently just 1 member of K-Serrado down towards the lower site. A smoke towards Decon, a molly in towards the stairwell of the window room. That could be the util required here to give them the avenue to get that bomb down.
Yeah, K-Serrado doesn't really have the weapon here to deal with this either. G2 should certainly best him.
Smoke window side, molly dark. K-Serrado could swing open the door and fight here now that he hasn't been negated by that smoke.
Yeah, 30 seconds here for G2. They begin to start to plant that bomb. K-Serrado opens the door, flashes himself out. Now spotted and held back. Not really much found from that. Now Furia, it does look very difficult for them here. They're starting to come down the ramp. It's Art with the rifle in his hands.
As we'll give it a crack.
See what you can find. Well, a crack certainly found. It's Art's skull that's been cracked open by Jax.
Yeah, and that's enough. They've seen enough right here. I think just back up the vent, keep on what they have, and hold it into the next round of play. It's just crazy, right? You remember that Furia, the way that they kicked off their T-half, it was with basically a full eco, right? They had a flash, they had a P250, a couple of Glocks, and they were able to pick up a miracle round. G2 have done similar things, but they've had to work a lot harder for it. And I think that's the story right now. G2 are having to work hard for the rounds that they're picking up. Even this one was stressful until it wasn't. So, tying up the scoreline here. Now, 9-9. No Germans in the server today.
We'll see one of these teams. Unfortunately, we will say goodbye to them at the end of this series in Katowice. G2, a lot of expectations on this roster. Still very early days, though. I think we have to set that context for the guys at home as well. You know, this G2 team, they look great on paper, right?
Sure.
But it's just getting started.
But it's meant to be seen as upgrades, right? And this team was in the previous Katowice Grand Final, right? You got to go back with the previous LAN Katowice Grand Final against that of Navi. They're in the major Grand Final. I know that there's different parts, but it's meant to be a better looking team. Now, time will give it to them for sure, but we've seen how great they can look. We've also seen how shaky they can look in certain times. Art, here we go. I've been practicing this.
Already. As you're acting. Oh, unfortunately, doesn't even get to rattle off, Chad. That has to wait till another day.
All right. It's the one thing I work in the off-season, how good my Zeus sound sounds.
Blair's got a pretty good one, actually.
Oh, yeah, he's been...
Yeah, Blair's been working hard on that one.
That's what we should have. We should, you know, send a couple out, see which is the closest.
It's good competition, I think.
I don't think they'll put voice lines in, but maybe they can have casters mimicking gun sounds.
That's the best we can get.
Okay, well, there's a bit of a B-Stream update for you. Close your eyes if you don't want a spoiler. I know there's some of you out there who want to go back and watch the VODs. For everybody else, the action is important right here, right now. That game started as a blowout for Fnatic. It's actually been drawn back, quite the tight affair.
Yeah, Astralis loving close games here in Katowice. m0NESY under a bit of pressure. Luckily, they have their big brother Nico to deal with the bullies. And now it's just safe left, along with the USP.
Nicely handled there. So, yeah, you're right, though, as well. Like, a big brother in the sense that they are going to be a mentor for this kid as well. So there's a lot of learning possible for m0NESY coming on through for this year. Yeah,
and Alexa B was talking about that in the interview in terms of, okay, m0NESY's coming into the team. It's not just one player you have to look up to. There's lots of experience in this team now to learn from. And that's great for a player like m0NESY who gets to play under a good IGL, under the greatest rifle player, and you've got just a good synergy in the team right now.
I feel like in the little tidbits we've read in interviews, especially after the decoupling from Navi, right? I think Blade made a comment like, yeah, he gets a bit nervous in pressure matches. Don't quote me verbatim on that one right there. It's more the sentiment. And then I think m0NESY was saying something like, yeah, I think they're just saying that to get in my head. I don't get pressure. But this is the thing, you're 16. You're going to feel pressure, mate.
Yeah, well, in WePlay, they actually have a heart rate monitor.
Yeah.
And anytime he's in a clutch, his heart rate would go skyrocket.
Okay.
So we have the evidence, Chad.
Yeah, he's still young. He's still impressionable. Here's Nico, quite quick, dropping into main, and there's the opening.
Well, Nico certainly cracking things open. Nico starting to have a good half here. Kesrado starting to rattle away. He's upgraded his MP9 to a Galil, but Nico's still let loose. And he is starting to prowl. Smokes are up right now, so that doesn't really allow that access point to try and wrap around to heaven just yet. So he's deciding to drop back into warehouse. And Drop, they have pressured him a few times. They tried to punish him a little bit here, Chad.
Yeah, that's the thing with Drop. We don't talk about him too much, but he's still one of the newer boys on this team. Took Honda's spot, also from the academy days.
Yeah, and they decided to move forward with him rather than Vinny. Much more experienced player.
That's another curious decision, isn't it? But there must be something about Drop that they like the look of here as he starts to have a little bit of a quizzical glance towards the yard position. Nico lying in wait towards main. Has m0NESY starting to join the conga line? He's over towards T-Red. Jax is walking over silently, and Hunter, the rear of the pack. Now, with Nico in his current position, he can peer on out and see if there's anybody towards heaven, anybody towards hell, and they can escort themselves across down towards secret.
Yeah, if Nico keeps getting this space, this is really going to help G2 a lot in these gun rounds. It allows this team to maneuver whatever way they want while also having that fallback, that extra bit of spice to the round with Nico.
Time's going to start becoming an issue here. They need to get past safe, and guess what? He still has a smoke.
It really is getting quite scary now for G2. They have to be explosive past this choke point. Safe goes out for the first pick, but unfortunately, not a single kill for him. Now we have to look to the plant. They have to go into the lower site. Although Nico, nearly another wood from heaven, but luckily clean on the recovery this time around. And unfortunately, Drop's not anywhere near the site, so can't deny and create that chaos.
Yeah, that's crazy, right? If you're safe, you can understand why he's playing in that position so he can rotate up the vent quicker if it's a top play. But if he was playing on the stairwell or if he was doing the jiggle with the smoke, he could have been able to drop that. That might have been enough, but Nico recovers, and that was perfect. They dropped the molly in the vent. There's no way down the vent, and he just comes around from heaven. Two players not looking his direction. Lovely shots, and G2 take the lead 11-9.
Nico is looking warmed up on this T side. They're going to have to deal with that threat. Maybe. I think Safe is going to be the player that's tasked with dealing with him once they get that AWP out. He occupies that position. If he can lock that away from Nico once they get the guns out, that's an adaptation that'll be needed for G2.
Yeah, well, it's not going to be easy on a round like this. We'll just be down to the pistols. A Deagle, a CZ, the rest on the USPs, a Zeus, and an aggressive yard maneuver here.
Well, Jax and m0NESY at the ready. Good pick from m0NESY. Jax able to follow up as well. Here he's good for one on the deagle, but Nico makes sure that he pads the stats even more here towards outside against the pistols. Here's your second chance, Chad.
All right, come on, Quesarado, give me something.
Not really getting too many chances here.
No, but you know, it's a long round still, a minute 20 seconds.
Moment to shine.
Really getting my action stance ready for this one.
You'll have another award in your cabinet, Chad. It'll be an Oscar-worthy performance.
Okay, I don't know if we've made it. Oh, actually, to be fair, I think I've seen some eSport awards starting to make their way into that category.
Oh, here he goes.
Here we go.
Quesarado.
Come on, come on.
He just wants them to walk into him, but they have no reason to do so. He's got a USP.
Quesarado, be patient. You know you bought this for the memes.
Come on.
You know
Do it
what
for
you're
us all.
doing here. Doesn't have the patience, goes on down. Maybe we get another opportunity. But 12-9 and opportunity is starting to wane for Furia now.
Yeah, that really is the big problem here. You're going to have a gun round coming up.
Double AWPs. You said once the AWP comes out, 2 could be the answer here. Art picking up the secondary. That's pretty standard stuff from him, but Safe gets his. Now let's get to see what he really has to offer.
This is often Furious answers. It's just more ops equals wins. Definitely interviewed Art a few times, and he seems to be going down that path of logic. We'll see if that does work out. It's shutting down some of this map control for G2.
Well, they have taken a timeout to discuss their options. A chance for Gary to get on the mic here, decide where they want to play these double AWPs. I think standard play would be one towards ramp and, you know, one doing the yard / heaven float with your riflers just locking down the key choke points. You could drop down towards the lower site immediately here, or even Art could go down there and AWP secret. They could do something crazy, which is classic Furia. Have 2 AWPs holding the outside position, really just to stall out Nico and his, what are we looking at now, 23 kills. Almost 10 kills above anyone else closest in the server. Jackson aren't the only exceptions to that.
This is so important for Furia to win this one. Otherwise, you're looking at G2 really steaming ahead.
Yeah, Arch has gone through main and then down the vent. So, yeah, look, he's that type of guy. Bit of a gap towards the yard. Smoke's being highlighted here, but nobody behind it just yet. Just Nico to park himself behind the annex. Oh, I've just gone full Australian there. The main position.
Drop very quickly. Goes down the molly.
Yeah, so much space to work with and early.
Yeah.
Minute 15 on the clock, and they have ramp control, so...
Just the sheer presence of their footsteps is enough to bully drop away.
Now, how are they going to make this one work? Because they've applied pressure towards ramp, and they immediately pivot back towards this top side. The thing is, Yuri and Quesarado were the 2 that I'd like to stay away from.
$55 seconds. Hunter's going to smoke out mid, and now comes up Art. Yeah, I think he hasn't really got the memo of the AWP's a sniper. He thinks it's a shotgun. He's going to play close towards the vent. 44 seconds left. Quesarado now spotted, and try and beat Nico in a duel. Here goes Art. Of course he gets away with that. No scope, close to the door. That's the bomb drop for G2, and they have to run into him to get it back.
Back turned.
Oh, he just runs back into them, and Safe now holding on. Anchor from the site with the AWP. He's picked up 2. m0NESY picks up the bomb. Nico being tied from behind, and Drop has come up secret, putting it all on m0NESY, who's dropped down the vent. But look at this from Drop. He's realized that's the option. He's gone quickly down the secret stairs. m0NESY will get away with the bomb plant, and now tasked with a clutch. 13 rounds could be picked up for G2 if the young man can get it. Oh, and he's so quick on the first. Molly out towards Decon. And now he's starting to figure out where is the last player. Safe's on the AWP himself. He's pulled out the USP. m0NESY is low. m0NESY's reading this. m0NESY has an idea that he might just be above him. And he sees the barrel on this shot from m0NESY. And now Safe back into it, and he drops down. m0NESY loses his opponent, and to the defuse he will run.
Oh, so close there. I don't know how m0NESY hits half the shots he does. The majority of the time, the player's not even on the bloody screen, and he flicks on in. The defuse coming through. Is there time? Is there time? Just!
Oh, seconds in it, Chad.
Oh, dearie me. That would have been something from the grave. m0NESY could have had that one done, but Safe. He gets them across the line and gets Furia up to double digits. Only just. Woof, all right. This one's starting to heat up here. And Safe had a lot of impact. He stalled this out. He forced them to go elsewhere. Nico getting caught out by Drop there. Great kill from him. But this one, up close and personal. I thought it was done. But yeah, the kid, it made it a questionable scenario as far as the defuse goes. Well, here we go. Back into play. Round 23. Both teams with buys. No secondary AWP for Art this time round. And fast top again.
Yeah, Hunter just charging forward with some ill intent. It's Yuri that swings out, but just one Quesarado helps him. At least a couple of kills here for Furia, but that kill, that's ridiculous from
That might change the whole tune of this round here. m0NESY can scoop up the bomb again, but look how disconnected Alexi is from the pack. It is just m0NESY marooned in the site, currently on an island. Alexi needs to help him out here. Bomb's going to go down. They still have another smoke for main if they'd like. 3-on-2 retake.
Furia feeling good about the numbers they've got into this one and the utility left as well. Sif can just wait out this smoke. m0NESY starts to turn his attentions away. The shot trying to pull his attentions away from Heaven.
There's no kit for this.
So time is of the essence for Furia to get back into play. m0NESY just having to peer between two angles in the flash. Oh, how does he get away with that? That's a ridiculous shot. And now Alexi B's been set up for the clutch to the defuse. Safe will go, but he is down.
That should be it.
And just not enough time. I have no idea how m0NESY lands shots like that. Oh my god, this guy is... He's so quick.
He's quick. Yeah, that's the key thing about this kid. If he can keep that quickness about him and the fundamentals and he's playable as an individual continues to grow, he's going to be a scary, scary player to deal with.
I guess that's what you get when you're 16, right?
Yeah,
it's just these
fast.
super quick reactions.
High twitch fibers.
Just cannot believe he's even that accurate. It looked like a no-scope. It was so damn quick. Alexi B set up for the clutch, able to come around the backside, and yeah, the lack of kit costing him there as well. And that's an important round for G2 as they now go to 13. Double up setup again will come out for Furia.
Having to work hard for this, and Quesarado and Yuri, the fact that they traded 1-for-1 on the top side right there, they're doing the best they can when that onslaught's coming. Art was the kill through the smoke that seemed like it would have been the difference maker, but great stuff there to pull it back. And just the pressure of the time, the pressure of the clock, a big round to win and a pressure round indeed. Double AWPs, MP9 and 2 Famises. It's a kit this time round at least, and it's going to be rough for Furia going forward here. Max loss bonus is in play. Next round, 3,400 into the bank balance, but rounds seem to be the biggest drama right here, right now. G2 with everything they need to run this one home. What's the call here from Alexi and Co? Squeaky blown open. Smoke on out. Has a bit of room. m0NESY's found the kill, and over the top of the smoke, Alexi does too. Nice little maneuver there. Gets himself down, and the kills keep coming. m0NESY on to save 2 alive, and it's just Yuri and Drop who have to wonder what the hell just happened.
It feels like their spine is just being snapped out of their back, right?
Yeah.
It feels like this is starting to fall down the hill for Furia.
It's after a great first half as well, right? You had a really good first half of play. All your tricks worked, and well, Yuri, okay. He's grabbed 1. Now they need to start working on a few more. I don't like Drop's chances. If he can get closer towards Hutter on the rafter, maybe, just maybe. Yuri knowing he needs to search. Shot. Oh, he has a second chance of survival here. That's an uncharacteristic miss for Nico.
Yuri given a slight opportunity, but G2 with the heavy numbers still. Nico takes a little tying to the molly towards outside, but we go under a minute here.
Yeah, Yuri can't go anywhere. He kind of has to push in towards lobby here, which is the scariest of all with the AWP. If he drops down vent, Alexi will kill him. The rest of the team could start to make their way across down towards Secret again. So they smoked off main. They've completely removed him from the picture, and yeah, you can see him trying to take some real estate back towards lobby here. The worst case scenario would be... Oh, hold up a second. They might be heading towards Heaven, and that's where Drop's MP9 does become a bit more potent. You can make this work. Not towards main, but definitely towards Heaven.
G2 like to make it difficult on themselves sometimes. Well, now they got to deal with Drop. 20 seconds left. If Drop can dispel and he can slow this down, that's the bomb, but Hunter quick to the headshot. Now it's Yuri, and he will find Alexi B nearly the collateral. Looking up towards Heaven, they've got down, and that bomb will start to go down, but Yuri, he's finding kills, and finally put an end to by Jax. G2 like to raise my heart rate a good bit here, Chad. They're going to edge me quicker than anything.
So late with the bomb Heaven as well. That MP9 could have sung right there, and Yuri's AWPing. Well, give it to him too. There was a couple of quick shots. If that collat comes in, holy moly. Good stuff from Yuri there, but 14-10, and this one might be reaching its conclusion in 2 rounds' time.
Oh, that's it. That was the chance. If he gets the collateral, like you said, turns back, you know, he has the 1v1, and crazy stuff out of Yuri. Showing there maybe even be potential for a triple op setup for this Furia side.
Let's do 5, why not?
Yeah, I've seen them push those numbers before.
Just be meta breakers here on the side of things for Furia. Now, they haven't gone all in on this. They've limped in with a couple of purchases, and one of those purchases has found a kill. Alexi down, and Quesarado evaporates immediately down the vent. Last 4 members for G2, with plenty of time left, are over towards Yard, and they've stuck quite closely together here. But look at this, lobby pushes coming in. This is called completely clear right now for Furia. So not only are they gathering kills, but information, and Quesarado on a collision course with another.
He's right behind m0NESY. He's starting to creep up behind the sniper, but hasn't moved far enough. I don't know if he will. He's trying to get closer and closer. Finally spots out m0NESY, neutralizes that threat. And that's 2 kills now for Furia. Yeah, that at least is the saving grace here for G2, but Art now will see them reach the position of Nico. Can't beat him out though. Still G2 in a very difficult spot, being 2 players down, and Kesserado once again swings out from Secret, hangs him out to dry, and now Nico into the clutch. His second of the round. Getting close to the MP9, and Yuri will make it happen. 11 rounds for Furia. That's a round I didn't really expect to go their way, but Kesserado does the heavy lifting.
2 key rounds within this game. The first half I've referenced it a few times. The second round of the game, that's how they got the engine started for their T-Hall. And now this one, it was a lighter investment. It wasn't a full investment. Kesserado with massive impact, and they pull this one off. They give themselves a nice little buffer as far as the economy is concerned, and Chaz is going to chip on in and, well, talk them through the timeout. Chance to have a bit of a conversation here about what they need to do differently. Things have been going so well up until this point. The CT's rounds have been very spotty. Pistol lose the force. They've had a gun round, and then this was a half buy, I suppose. This could be what Furia need, though, to get the engine going late within this first map of play. Still have the B stream going as well. Astralis versus Fnatic.
Well, this is the fuel supply now found for Furia. We'll have to see if it's going to be enough to keep them ticking on here on Nuke. G2, they've got the AWP out from m0NESY, the AK's utility. Things still looking good over in their camp, and they look to try and push 15. Kesserado, the hero of the last round, this time being pressured early around this door fight. Throwing his own smoke down and looks to play around just to try and gather info. Is anybody from G2 trying to play around this vent? Nico, much more proactive towards outside, but if he pushes too far, Safe is ready for him.
Okay, well, they can still throw whatever variation of smoke wall they'd like, and you can see them lining that up now. Not wanting to give away an opening kill over towards lobby. You can see Art as well towards the lower side. He's going to make his way up Secret. The timing on Art could be everything here. 19 kills to his name. How many more is he going to get?
He could be disruptive. Molly goes down to try and signal that he's not here from his teammates. So Art now peeks up with a flash. It's so well played from Furia to just get that 1 kill.
He needs to get away now. Art's done more than enough. The nade damage is good. They're trying to chase him. Alexi was quick.
This is smart play right now from Furia. Nico again giving this outside control, but Furia still have the advantage. Safe still alive up towards heaven. They will be aware that Nico could be coming through here. Can drop better Nico around this corner. He's got the tight angle on the left side of Nico. He'll start to move forward. 35 seconds. We need something to happen here for G2. And Nico, of course, he will start it. The headshot onto drop. Coming down the B side, Nico is going to add a prong to the approach as he comes in from ramp. But Art will be the play that needs to hold here for Furia. They're about to run into his crosshair. Art, good on the second as well, and it goes back for more. Art with a 3K, up to 4 in total. And now Nico left trying to get into the round, but there's no time to do it. Furia have just toyed with him. In fact, it is just Art that has done everything. Finally, he will be put to bed by Nico. But it's all about not dying after the time here, Nico. He needs to hold it, and he goes down after time.
That is a rough one right there for Nico to have to swallow. And Art, everything masterful from him.
At least Nico does have 2K left in the bank, which does average out to the rest of his teammates.
Yeah, look, that's probably the nature of him getting all the kills so far. 28 for him. Art, though, this is massive work. Just a 3-piece feed right here. Silenced M4, doing it all, and m0NESY unable to hit that shot on the AWP to trade him on out.
It's great from Art.
Huge stuff in play as it will be G2 down to just the pistols here. This is looking very good for Furia now. A late resurgence here is m0NESY with the Zeus.
Here we go, Chad.
Yeah, smooth moves.
Nearly.
Close. The range was there.
It felt like it. Felt like that was the one. Drop, 1 for 1. Luckily Safe patching up the hole, but there is another head showing. And Safe will take it off. Good clean up here from Furia. 13 on the board. 1 away from tying things up versus G2, who now will have enough money for rifles out across the board, but it is not going to be a very strong T-buy here.
That's the thing right now. Hunter's automatically purchased straight into the AK as well, so I felt that there maybe could have been a bit of a conversation. Nico has gone for the AK, but without head armor. So, yeah, it's not going to matter against the AWP or the AKs, is it? But there are a few M4s out to play. That might come back to bite him in the arse.
I wonder if there's anything different here from G2.
Yeah, there has to be a bit of a change of play, right? And they need somebody else to manufacture an opening for them. Squeaky blown open. Alexi trying this maneuver again.
Alexi B's charging right through the smoke, and the flash is so good! It's nearly a second for Alexi B.
vent.
And they have made it down the vent. A quick skip and a hop, and they're down on B.
Nobody has addressed this just yet. Door swung open. Penny has to be starting to drop right now. Molly towards ramp. Rotation coming in. Drop is alerted to this.
Jax looks for him. Drop held back in the fire and flames. Nico, 1 for 1 again, keeping the even odds on the table.
So low. Look at them all.
Oh, Nico crossing outside. Safe is ready. And that's the kill that gives Furia the advantage, but they have to get back into the site here. The players of G2 are damaged up, but this time is starting to tick. Furia, if they want to get through this, they have to break down the doors of this B site quickly, and Jax makes the proactive play.
Oh, what?
That is lovely from Jax in the turn back, and that's enough. That's 15 for G2.
Look at that shot from Jax. What a blinder that was. He was just guarding off Monacy there. He was stuck on the side on his lonesome. Jax. Biff and a Bosch, what?
Just flexing on them right now, Jax. That is what you love to see. That has put G2 in a great position. You look at Furia right now, they are broken of that. Jax, the proactive play, realizes you just can't sit back, then turns so quickly, so accurately, and is able to hit the headshot for the second, knocks him down.
On to 15, and timeout called right now from G2. Xtaz knows this is the moment they can just get it across the line. It has been a little bit stressful here. The scoreline, very, very close.
Okay, guys, we have another best of 3 if we win this one. We have to try and do this as quickly as possible.
Let's try and conserve some energy, shall we, boys? Show less of the playbook here as well. A bit of a conversation between Alexi, Nico, and Xtaz here. You can see them looking at each other down the line, just trying to talk through what the options are going to be. Alexi needing to be the man to make the final call of all of this. And he actually is purchased into a Mac 10. Now, Alexi's impact with that round he just had, the entry into topside is what kicked that all off. He only has 11 kills, but that one right there is an important round to get them to 15. What is the call going to be? Take a little bit of a look at his spawn. He's at the back of the pack with the Mac 10, so unlikely to be able to pull off anything too quick with it. But both teams with full buys, both teams with SMGs, drop with the MP9, Alexi with the Mac 10.
Oh, safe. Trying to be a bit more active in the opening fight, but unfortunately not given the opportunity to take one down through the door.
Oh,
no, he'll be taken down. Jax removes him on the spam through, nearly gets the second opportunity onto Keserado. Art is starting to feel like he needs to do something.
He wants the ult.
Hasn't been able to pick it up yet. Alexi B into the ramp side. Being held back from all fronts here. Furia doing a decent job of containing them and funneling them into the lobby for now. Still a lot of time for G2. Drop if he's tested here. He doesn't have the best weapon, Chad.
Yeah, no utility to slow them either. So Alexi might just be able to run him down with this Mac 10 in hand. They are starting to all turn their attention over towards the radio room. Is Nico still outside? He'll be the linchpin of all of this. Drop, you're about to be tested.
Well, Drop is certainly under a lot of pressure. The MP9 is the weapon. It is close. Alexi B gets melted, but the defense liquidated, and it's all on Keserado. He's down the lowest site, but G2, they look like they've done it. Keserado, not even the right side of the map here.
Yeah.
That's the ball going down to 8. That should be the death sentence passed on now.
Yeah, this is going to be very difficult for Keserado to win. AWP in the vent. It was a valiant first half. You loved what Furia were bringing. They're playing outside of the meta here. A lot of lobby plays, a lot more top aggression. Now just going to come on up. Ladder noted. Tries the no-scope, and this is just a matter of time. Keserado does get the no-scope for style points. Has another crack, but Hunter takes him down, and that's going to be it. G2 picking up map number 1 here in the best of 3. It's do or die. It's survival. Another best of 3 later in the day.
leaking out from you as well, Yanko. But then the second half, G2 are able to give it back to the side of Furia. Just upper fast hits.
Come on, I just went like for a ball of water. I come back, it's, oh, they're equal, surely like this 2-0. I'm not going to miss anything. Then I come back and see it's 1-1. Of course, why am I surprised? And it just translates. You could see even the first gun round there, they still have leftover Mac 10. So it's like, okay, let's go for an upper kind of fast round, really from Furia. And, Art hiding in the smoke makes a play there on Jax and really secures the round for them. And all of a sudden, you're 5-1 down because of, losing the second round, really.
Yeah, and listen, credit to Nico and Gang for bringing this one back. It looked like Furia might be running away with it. This was a big one coming in here.
Yeah, in the 1v2, like just in the second half, kind of, if Furia doesn't lose that round and they gain even more momentum, right? It's hard for G2 to get back into it. Like, second round is the most important one in Counter-Strike now. After you win the pistol, right? To convert it because of the reset goes to 1400 instead of 1900. Because of that, it has implications in the gun round as well. Like, you either have to get worse guns to get all the utility, or you get better guns, but you don't have all the nades, and it's already you have to kind of make some decisions coming into that gun round.
So let's go a little step further. You're going to talk a little second half for G2 when they found themselves on the T side. There were a couple situations, a couple instances where you're like, okay, surely someone's going to look at Secret, right, Yanko?
Yeah, I mean, that was just mind-blowing, right? They have 4 guys outside or 3 guys outside, and you're trying to sneak, and it's like, why doesn't anyone hold Secret? It's like you have enough people to hold everything, and they got caught 2 times, and luckily they had so many rounds won that they could keep buying. But if they had to eco there, we might have seen over.
I can kind of understand why they were looking Secret, because you had the aggression coming out from Fury towards upper side, right? Towards the lobby, just pushing into lobby. For any other normal team, once you have control of the lobby, you don't expect them to try and push the other extremities of the map. But this is Furia. You should expect the unexpected. But yeah, able to recover in the end there.
So extremities, or rather the extreme aspect of this, is elimination on the line. Mirage, we could see a series that ends in 2. Now for G2 to win this, possible, yet they're going to get another map, Yanko.
Yeah, I think the way their individuals are playing, I think they're going to be able to close it out 2-0. Furia also, I mean, they like Mirage, but we saw the throbbing they got from Navi yesterday, losing 16-2. And G2 very convincing against Vitality at Blast and Liquid here, but then they also had a 16-7 loss to Fnatic. I think that loss is the outlier. I think they're actually super solid on this map. Nico, a focal point, playing towards that A side, dealing with aggression. We saw him yesterday punish Liquid time and time again. Had a really good T side. So yeah, I expect G2 to win it 2-0.
Well, can you expect Nico to do the same magic on Mirage?
Yeah, I can. The guy has been delivering nonstop. But the one player I do want to touch upon would be the guy. That's a nice massage. That's the sort of IGL you want.
Treatment.
Wow.
Right.
The youngster and the IG.
Hey, it's time. Like Jackie got like some attention as well. He's always the guy like hyping everyone else up, right? It's time someone attended to him a little bit.
Yeah, like rub his ears, play with his hair, do all the things, give him all the fixins. Like to be back there.
He's a veteran, right? He's an old guy. They need to take care of him.
He's getting withdrawals in them from Malik. He used to do that all the time.
Well, shout out to the Boomers in attendance.
third map of play. Remember, this is for survival. Winner of this will play the winner of the Astralis versus Fnatic series, which is going on simultaneously. 1xBet odds have blown on out now. G2, the favorites indeed.
Not looking so good for Furia, but they are looking to set up here G2 for an A execute straight away. Smokes flashes being deployed. Currently we look to Sif as the player here holding down the site from CT. Haven't really dealt with him yet. In fact, they've just run into the open, and he has hung Jax out to dry. Luckily, Nico with a P250 and the pistol has taken one of those kills back, but Furia now getting to the site. G2 putting the bomb down. Yeah,
they can't push too far forward here. K-Serrano just over towards the window, trying to make sure that they can't take too much space. The rotation from Yuri, that could be the difference maker here for Furia. Now, I want you to note the kit is on safe, and he is already low.
Alexi B hunting down Drop in middle. He's done good damage, but no kill as Drop will flick back. Monacy's turn from window. Good headshot to remove Drop from the round.
Here comes Yuri.
And Yuri's certainly starting his flank around the backside, this time from Palace. Nico had a quick look to ramp, but it's the Palace kill that's come in. And Monacy, alongside Hunter, so clean.
Low. He's very low.
Safe getting to the defuse, has got the kit in his back. He's trying to stick it, the knife coming in, but not enough time. And that is going to be everybody going down, but G2 with a pistol.
Yeah, look, everybody does go down with the ship right there. It didn't look likely for Furia after that Goosh came on in. There was so much space for them to work with. Monacy's kill over towards the window room as well, and the key real estate was in the hands of the international squad. So a great way for Alexi and Co to kick this one off here. Want to get this one done as quickly as you can, be as efficient with maps played, and nice shot there from Hunter as well. Monacy chipping in too, and here is Safe, just trying to keep safe. As we have 3 MAC-10s, 2 AK-47s going up against primarily USPs here. They've opted to stack over towards the A bomb side. It is just Yuri, Cat, Drop, Window, and 3 players from Furia deep within the A site. 2 players over towards B early. It's Hunter crawling through the underpass. Jax was up in the B apartments. Nico's going to join him now as well. Alexi and Monacy have grabbed this mid control. This is looking likely to be a B split here. Flash towards Connector. Hunter uses that as his cue to step on out and throw some utility to just clear out the close corridors.
A few days ago, we got to see G2 in action. Strong first map on Nuke, and they play against Fnatic on Mirage. They got beat 16-7. That's not going to start in this round. Yuri with the first, but Monacy hunts it down in reply.
Yeah, that's all handled now. They can get into B, they can get the bomb down. That would have been the only problem, right? The only thorn in the side right there is rotation coming on through. Hunter's ears perk on up. He knows the ecos are not too far away.
Money in the bank for Hunter. Art, nice little tap around the backside. G2, they don't want to lose too many more weapons here.
Yeah, 2's probably enough, isn't it? They know that the buy is going to come out in the next round from Furia here, so I'm sure that they would love to find whatever they can. Start and drop now, and warning shots from the short position. I want to see tanks off Drop's head, and now it is just up close and personal. The MAC-10 at this range, $600. How much do they want to push the issue here? Jax is walking into the den. Quizzical clear. There you go. Art's happy with this. He can go down now. It doesn't even need to hold on to this MAC-10 if they wanted to rip it out of his hands. Bomb goes off, 2-0. And Monacy gets it done, but that's extra cash for Art, right? Art with that kill now has 6K. He can buy an AWP. That wouldn't have been able to happen otherwise. So Jax's death actually really puts them in a bit of an Orky Momo. Big green out. The same can't be said on the other side, as G2 will just be operating with 5 rifles here. Let's see if Safe can find impact immediately with this AWP, right? You're taking a look at the setup. You got Drop anchoring over towards B. K-Serrano, his support network as the short player. Safe will be over towards window. Yuri to anchor A, and then Art, well, he's literally everywhere. So there's a 3-man B lean early. Safe in window. Art, K-Serrano, and Drop have actually stacked over towards the B site within the first gun rounds here. And a passive stance on A. Set up in towards the vent room, and K-Serrano will actually drop back to take over this window position. But it is a default crawl right now.
Hunter. Oh, goes through the smoke. K-Serrano ready. Hunter down early, and G2 handed a deficit. Art could extend upon that here.
Oh. Aware.
Large barrel poking around the corner, still comes away with Monacy and doesn't go far enough for Alexi B to trade that out.
Yikes, that one has gone missing there, and just more jarring play towards mid. Alexi not going to finish that one off. The Molly could.
Certainly could. Art is taking damage. Alexi B, though, has gone out of play, and Art will survive. It's Nico's turn, but in the meantime, Jax has taken 2 kills that puts them back into the equilibrium. Problem is, he has to go up connector and drop. Did have eyes on it. Jax had the opportunity, but misses the first shot, so now it's all on Nico.
We've seen him win a 1-on-2 already over there on Nuke. Let's
40
see
seconds.
if he can get this one done. Bomb is in a bit of a problematic position. Top mid. The AWP not bearing down. Drop also taking eyes off of mid. So Nico actually has a lot of room to play this one out, but needs to get a move on.
Not a lot of time, and that certainly is a factor here for Nico. He's got so much to clear out. At this point, I don't even know if it is possible for him to get to the site in time without...
Back to the A, kills safe. As long as he clears... Oh, he's going short.
He's going short, and he has to be very, very quick to take down the site here. He can't even afford to really look towards connector and take his time. So because of that, Safe will remove him, and we see Furia with her first on the board.
Yeah, and some of those financial woes of giving away 3 rifles or 3 weapons within the second round of play, already coming back to haunt G2 here. They're going to be down to a skimp buy. Nico gets the AK. The rest are going to be looking at Mac 10s, maybe some Tech 9s in the mix here, but well handled. And that's a classic play for Hunter, getting boosted into the window. It's something he used to do back in the crazy days. It's a bit of a maneuver that I'm sure if you get Kassad, there'll be a real conversation on who created that one.
Oh, yeah.
But here we go. You can see the upgraded pistols around Nico's AK-47. Windows smoked off, and over towards apartments they go, 3 of which very light util. They need to smash this one open.
Yuri loves to do this. He loves to play up on the palace in this annoying angle. We'll see if G2 have done their prep and are aware of this possibility. Yuri decides to come down the ladder to play from underwood, and so now with a peek out, Jax will not see him. Instead, catches Safe looking the wrong way. Now Yuri's time to strike into action. He's found one. A lineup nearly for 3. His teammates here to help him out. Yuri just tucking himself in the underwood. Hunter trying to move forward with that Tech 9 swiftly, but Kerserado comes in to bail out his teammate. Great job from Yuri taking those 2 kills and drawing the attention away.
Yeah, you can thank Art for that one as well. He swung on in and dealt with Nico, who was the player coming through Palace with the AK. So Yuri gets his teammates to protect him there. Guardian Angel Art, as the scoreline is tied up 2-2, and the pistol should be out right now. Nico's immediately equipped himself a Deagle. And during all of this, right, you can see the death of Nico come in on the kill feed. So thank you very much, Art. Get back into the mix of things, and yeah, it is only that $700 hand cannon. So the only man we should be watching on the T side right now is Nico. Lexi B trying to make some space. He's already dead, and they waterfall out. Dinks are good, but I think that's about all they're going to get here.
Yeah, nice and clean from Furia. They don't lose a single player. G2 try what they might to try and get the bomb plant, but unable to do so. So their buy, because of the lack of bomb plant, isn't looking too hot to trot here, Chad.
Now, when I was watching this G2 matchup yesterday against Liquid, there was an early round where Monacy, they did like a quick B split on a force, or maybe it was a lighter buy, but Monacy had a Deagle and he got 2 key kills as part of that B split. Now, look, all we do is seem to talk about Nico here. I need to see somebody else as an opener for the team, and you would look towards the primary AWPer to do so, right? So as Monacy slowly becomes more and more comfortable in this squad, he's going to be a key factor in giving them more opportunities on the T side.
Well, Art loves to get a good opening, and he has done exactly that. Monacy down. He's involved in an opening.
Yeah, not on the right end of it, though. That is a big problem now.
And now G2 start to send a couple of players down through underpass. It's slow, it's tentative. Trying to find out if they have mid-control. Furia have actually let them have it, so G2 will confirm that in just a moment. Art about to dunk an air right down on Jax.
Decent damage.
Yeah, a little bit off the top. Puts him within instant headshot radius to the M4s. It's taking the time here, G2, getting that mid-control. Looking like they're starting to think about a B hit here. Safe will be under a bit of pressure.
He's on his own, isn't he?
Yeah. He would have to deal with Nico. I'm assuming he's going to come into play once his short prawn to the approaches come through, because he's smoked off right now. So Safe has a window, a chance to try and fight down a short, but he drops out of his position. Luckily, Art, through the smoke, pulls at least 1 kill back. And it is Furia that stay up in the player advantage.
Oh, guess what? Yuri is going around the world again here. He's currently in T-spawn. He'll be flanking in about 10 seconds' time. Kits are in play. Util is there. This retake is definitely on.
Yuri always finding himself in pesky positions, but that means Furia will start to take their time into this. They're wanting to let him get into a position where he's able to deliver some impact. Finally, Art gets itchy feet and decides to move forward, but Hunter and Nico, the cousins, bring him down. And now Drop trying his best to get in. It's good damage under the second. And now Yuri's been spotted as well, and the time is ticking on. He'll try and draw back, but Nico decides no mercy, as it is 3-3.
That's left a bad taste in my mouth a bit there. If you have a player coming in a flank like that, they had kits, they had utility, they just needed a posture and maybe throw out some util to at least draw the attention. They went so early.
Yeah, they went very early into that.
Yuri wasn't in a... Like, if Yuri starts running, he's going to give away his steps. The flank is thrown away. I understand you want to draw the eyes to open up the avenue, but...
It was way too early. A little preemptive from Art just to try and move out, because you want to try and get that player in apartments to trade you as well, right?
Precisely. He's the unknown entity in all of that, but here we go. Double orb, Safe and Art equipped.
Not much utility at all here, really.
No, and the double orbs can make up for that. They can stay a little bit more forward in their stance until they are flashed or smoked off the line. Now, you can see Art in the vent room. Quesarado floating window. Safe just continues to move around here. And a stalled out approach from G2. You can understand against a team like Furia why you would want to handle things a little bit slower and more methodical, because their crazy aggressive maneuvers are something you can't be caught off guard by.
Well, G2 are getting this mid-control. Problem is, if they walk any closer to some of these choke points, Art's AWP is holding this short peek. He's just about to get that shot. It's m0NESY again out of the round early, and Art looking for the second. Now he's under so much pressure. Nico hunts him down. Art helped the ladder, and now Jack swings out to the B side. G2 with some important kills here. Quesarado trying to swoop back in for Furia to at least keep the numbers even, but he can't do it. He had a shot, but didn't quite capture it.
Bomb's going down. Hunt's in a position to deny any saves here. He's currently still in connector. Yuri's still watching his position for over towards Ticket, and that's the key right here, is Hunter. He can remove all of these guns.
They're saving this.
But look at this. He's still so close, right? It's starting to peer out now. Yuri goes down, and they can't get away. They're going to be stuck over towards CT spawn.
This could be a nightmare for Furia. Not only do they not really contest the round, they might not have the weapons to do so in the next. Hunter, that was his chance to bring down the AWP, but his teammate's now gone and safe. They know where he is. It's worthwhile, G2, hunting this and just removing everything. They're close, but they're not really forcing the issue too much. Alexi B is taking his time, still moving forward.
Should start running now with the sound of the bomb, but it is against an AWP, so he's a little bit scared. Blind spam around the corner, not going to get the kill.
Luckily, he hangs on to it. That is at least something here for Furia.
Precisely something, right? You have a little bit of a look here at the money situation. It's around the 2K mark for everybody, so it's just going to be the big green carried on through. I think Hunter knew he did a lot of damage right there, just asking what the HP was of Safe. And I love the tricky little movement there of Art. If he hit that one, like bouncing off the ladder, I think that Nico might have put a hole through his monitor.
Yeah, we did massive tech pause right there. But at least they get that over. Gary trying to figure out all the answers now, looking through the book. What can we do?
It's also good for a coach, right, to just jot down where the kills came in, you know, where you think the loss bonus is at. Here's the Zeus option again. Let's see, Nico. Do you want to push past the magic line drawn in the sand? I'd say if anybody's going to be reserved in a scenario like this not to give away an AK, it'll be Nico, right? He understands his position in all of this. They just do the standard feeling out again over towards the B apartments. They make sure that Hunter can have clear passage in through the underpass. Alexi and m0NESY back through T-spawn. Utility limped on out now to help push him up forward. But here's Safe's AWP, and they now know where it is.
And that's a lot of info for G2 to work with. Nico, again, if he walks around this corner at Palace, there is a pesky little Art waiting for him. You ever watch the show Art Attack?
I did, yes. Yes, indeed.
This could be an Art Attack. Zeus is just waiting, primed and ready now. Spotted goes, and the damage is there, but not enough for the kill. And now Yuri springs into action with an Eagle, now an AK in hand.
Okay, this is interesting now. AWP and AK to defend on A.
G2 taking the time, getting to the site. They're getting peppered through the smoke. Jax decides better not to be in that position, drops back elsewhere. And now drop removed. Nico just very safe up to the Palace area here. And it's an AK and an AWP. Not bad here for Furia to take into the next.
That's key, right? The fact that 2,400 is the loss bonus into the next, they were going to be a little bit light on as far as some purchases. Safe doesn't want to give that away. It means that he wouldn't have it in the next round of play. So you can understand the decision-making here, but that's going to allow G2 to get their 5th round on the board. And shaky in patches still. You know, I think this G2 team is still doing some convincing. They are going to have another match today to do even more of that, if they are able to convert here in a 2-0 fashion.
Yeah. Difference is now Nico's starting to have some impact to that Fnatic game we got to cast, Chad. He was a non-factor really against Fnatic. And if he can have some impact on the T side, he can actually find some space, he's able to work out at Palace, that becomes a different G2. And Hunter also had a unusual game. He went 8-22 against Fnatic on Mirage the last time.
Oh dear, okay. Well, I don't think that's going to be happening again.
Doesn't feel like that's a likely outcome.
You're speaking of Fnatic here, we do have a Furia timeout. Just quick little B-Stream update. Sorry, B-Stream update. Astralis versus Fnatic. If you don't want to hear this one, close your ears. First map went in the favor of Astralis on Inferno, but that was after an 8-1 start for Fnatic out the gates. Now, map number 2 is currently underway, and Fnatic are off to another blistering hot little race to the finish line, 9-1. Now, if they drop another map after being up so much, you might have to start doing some Fnatic choking memes.
Yeah, we might have to send them to therapy after that, I think. That is, that could be a real disaster, but we'll see if they can close it out, keep that series going. But here, G2, they're looking to be G2-0 and take it down Furia as they head on to Mirage. And here comes another gun round. Furia have been able to get a good purchase around this.
Yeah, that AK and the saved AWP adding a lot to this defense. Now, Safe's in towards the underpass here with the AWP. Honesty, he's patrolling with one of his own. Safe will have to get out of this position. They will need to give the assist. Honesty, Molly has to use the smoke. And, well, I think Safe is in a bit of a pickle here.
Well, that is great from Safe. This is what Furia love to do. Some underpass aggression thrown into the mix. Safe and Art able to come away with 2. And G2, well, they're handed a very difficult round immediately here. They have to figure out how do you play this in a 3v5.
That's gone the complete other way than what I was assuming. Right, you have Monacy top mid, he did the extinguish, but Art just being pesky as you like. It is towards Jax, who could find himself in the action very, very soon. Pushed up on the precipice of a B-Apps pop. Alexi and Nico working onto mid control, and Jax might actually have to go lingering in for a headshot here.
Well,
he went lingering in, but he received the headshot.
Yes, he definitely got a headshot involved in the mix there. But I think this one might just be a write-off for G2 unless something magic happens.
Thank you, Art.
That's a nice free kill. Sometimes Art can do that and provide the option. And a second kill for Alexi B. And now suddenly this round kicks into action for G2. Yuri positioned at Tetris. Alexi B will be aware of Yuri's positioning, usually around the palace. He'll start to clear out this close position. 30 seconds left on this clock. Oh, Alexi B nearly takes down 3, but it's all on Nico. AWP, bomb position towards his B side. If he takes down Drop, there's no one else there.
I think he thinks Drop's still over towards the apartments, so he doesn't want to try going the close angle, and that's just going to run him into 2 here. Quesarado going to swing on out, and he'll finish off the round. Yeah, look, I think that where Nico was positioned, if he knew that Drop was Van, when that transition happened, he could have had the kill. It's just a little bit unfortunate, didn't predict correctly. 2 AWPs carried across for Furia here to bring into round number 10.
For me, there was an Art play, this one here right on the screen right now. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense, right? You're up 5-3, your economy isn't that well built up. You don't have to take the risk, and you shouldn't really take the risk there,
yeah, but
right?
it's Art, you know?
Well, yeah,
look, I wish I could sit here and explain it away, but that's the thing. There's just some players you physically can't explain it away. You just need to
just gotta let it be.
In awe, I suppose.
Yeah. Well, Art, he's got the AWP back anyway. Nico very quick this time into ladder room. And now they try and go Palace, but Yuri in his favorite spot. Oh, he's able to get away with 2. That is a huge start. That's a bone-shaking 2K to start off this round. And once again, G2 back to a 3v5.
Yeah, these openings that they're looking for here are not working at all. Nico's next. He has a chance to draw things back. Art is low, but still hits the shot. And now it's a 2-on-5. Things go from bad to worse.
Yeah, G2 have really fallen flat in recent rounds here. Alexi B getting caught. This is a round that G2 might not even get a single kill in. Monacy's towards top middle to try and change that fact. But even then, how much can he really get here?
Yeah, you think about that call that was just made. If we can just kind of dissect and understand it, he's wanting 2 players to walk. This has to be on Alexi, right? I assume. I don't think anybody else is making this decision. Is to walk out of Palace because they've gone for mid control, right? Like they've gone for mid control. Hopefully that draws the eyes of 3 players. That's traditionally what you'd expect to happen. Nico ran all the way out without any worry at all. And then you expect that to be a gap, right? There should be, but Yuri, as you mentioned, it's a position he likes to play. So they just walk straight into their death. Not going to be able to exploit any contact plays here. Look how early this is. A minute 39. I can almost guarantee the call is contact our apps, we'll fake mid.
Yeah, but was there enough done in mid to really draw anything away?
No, because Nico got through into the vent room without any contact whatsoever, right? I think there was the AWP shot from Art seeing him run on up, but that was it. So if there was a kill, if there was a bit more impact found, then maybe, just maybe, they could have made it work.
Well, this round, I don't think they're going to make much work in this one. Maybe the legs as they start to churn their way towards the A site. It is Safe, who might just have a shooting gallery here. Art helps him out. Now just Nico, Monacy, and Alexi B. Yuri goes little bit more aggressive and proactive to try and gather info on the fallback. Good dink onto safe, but he still will stand. And at this point, Yuri, he's just lost Monacy. And that's the Glock from behind. It's a death sentence to the AK.
Watch this 1-on-5. This is the kid's going to show what he's really got right now. No armor, AK picked up, first kill with a Glock.
Yeah, here we go, Monacy. He tried.
But I'm actually casting Katowice 2023 right now.
Okay.
I've returned from the future, Dinko. This year, we actually invent time travel. So I don't know if you've been keeping up with the time travel discussion, but it's actually Elon Musk, Bill Gates, and Jeff Bezos. They're currently working on that
So
together.
that's what all the microchips are for.
Well, right now, they're pretending they're going to space.
Okay,
they're not
so
actually going to space.
Having little visits.
It's the time-space continuum.
So there's space somewhere in there.
Yeah.
Okay, I get it. I would love that. That would be awesome. What would you do if you could go back in time, Chad?
Oh, play the Titan game over and over again, I guess.
Just forever.
Yeah, just play it on repeat.
Yeah, maybe, I don't know.
See if I could drop 30 instead of just 27.
Wow.
Yeah.
Just a casual little 27.
Look, I only had one good game of Counter-Strike, guys. Let me have that. All right, well, handled here and timeout called.
Was Maniac playing in that game?
He was.
Just rub it into some more, I guess.
Yeah. All right. Well, Alexi B into a Mach 10, and his current spawn is towards mid, so he can either go fast B, he can jump through the top mid cat smoke. Okay, looks like B will be his decision here. These are very direct rounds, the last few that Alexi's called. It's an out-of-spawn call, right? They're not default heavy. Hunter has mid control, and they are setting up for a BXQ. Art's here to deal with this.
Oh, Art is certainly going to try and deal with it. Gets aggressive. Hangs around, now has to run back, and Alexi B, he's launched off, he's trying to find him, but Art still reacts in time to get the pick. Luckily, Jax is quick to hunt him down.
Full rotation here.
Yeah, Furia have the numbers here, and while G2 haven't got out of the apartments, this could be stifled very quickly. And in fact, G2 could decorate the halls with their corpses. This could get messy. Molly's up as well, Utility's gonna slow this one down completely. G2 in a rough spot.
Yeah, maybe get on out of here. Nade comes on through. Now it's just Nico and Hunter, the Kovac cousins, to clutch up 2v4.
Oh god, it's now just Nico. Oh, nice tap on the first. Spots out Casterado, and suddenly Nico thrust into the 1v2. Felt like he had that one. Chad starting to believe, but Safe will remove him before any antics begin.
You're not going to win many T rounds if that's how they start off. We're looking at 4 consecutive rounds right now, one of which was Nico. The rest have had rifles, and every single time G2 have just been stalled out before they can even get started. So some real dramas here as far as the opening kills go. And look, because they're so direct, it's like you're hoping to play against a stack, right? You're hoping to find the opening and then cascade the rest. If it doesn't go their way, they're really up a creek without a paddle.
It feels like Furia have a GPS tracker on their boat right now because they're able to just convincingly rotate because G2 haven't really conditioned him to do elsewhere, you know? This feels like a very easy call game for Art right now.
It's going quite well for them here, and even in some of the few rounds we did see them attempt a default spread. They lost the opening picks without a trade back. Consolation there for Jax, Alexi B and Jax the remaining 2 in another disadvantaged situation. All right.
Bomb is nowhere near Alexi right now, but it has drawn the players towards him.
Whiffed his smoke there, could have got across for free.
He's got his AWP out. Now he's waiting for drop to overextend. Jack's not really in a position to do much here, and I don't know if Casterado just seen the bomb, but if he did, he can just lock that down now.
Yeah, drop should not move right here, right now.
Alexi B about to walk into him, spots him out, missed shot, and that's the death sentence for Alexi B. Just Jax now. And it's a good kill. 2 more to find. Has to go back and get the bomb, but still has time.
If he goes through underpass, maybe he can isolate a one-on-one, but in this situation, you can see Casterado about to lurk out top mid. There it is, Jax goes down, and 8 rounds now for Furia. This is a fantastic streak. In these last 5, the bomb has not gone down at all, right? Some of them have got a little bit close, or some 2-on-2s, or Nico tried to turn a 1-on-4 into a winnable round right there, but the round's already done, right? They're just losing kills on the way out the door. So this is very convincing stuff from Furia now. Plants need to start coming through if you are G2, if you want to make the last couple of rounds at least, well, as efficient as possible, right?
Yeah, at this point, Furia have just been dominating the opening fights. See how they change it up. They're setting Monacy up to try and crack open the round. Nico charging his way up short, has been here time and time again. This time finally gets a fight, and he wins it. So he'll be down to 10 HP, a second on Art through the smoke. That's great from Nico. Now G2 have the 2-man advantage.
Yeah, Nico's had enough here, hasn't he? Oh, don't worry, boys, I'll go. Nico kills real. That's the 3rd for Nico now. Literally just taking over a round single-handedly. Sure, his teammates threw some mid-utility, but he's had to pull all of these kills. 2 more to find.
And that's the power of Nico. Just spurring them into a round win. So these players separated from each other as well. Drop is looking towards Connector, but G2 are sending their players through the apartments.
Drop should have this onto Nico, but it's going to be a 2-on-4.
And Nico's work done in this round. Drop immediately swings into his cousin who finds revenge. And now it's just safe.
The thing with that play, again, is it's literally just Nico running mid. I understand utility's been thrown for him, but he's not trading off a teammate, right? He's manufacturing all of those openings almost single-handedly, just with the pace alone. His aim, the one through the smoke was brilliant, the alt pickup. He's also taken over a central part of the map. By having window, he's ruined the rotations to try and do anything. Now it's going to be 8-6, so thank you very much, Nico. But how many times can you ask of him to do that? It doesn't feel like something you can replicate time and time again.
Absolutely not. Well, maybe with Nico, but yeah, surely not not every round. But at least there's only one more in play here. In the rest of the half, G2 would love to grab 7. That's how it went last time on Nuke.
Yeah, precisely. So, look, 6 is already pretty good for a T-hole. 7's going to be brilliant. It was looking pretty bleak up until this point, so good stuff to turn this one on its head. Both teams with a decent-looking buy here. The only omission is Yuri with a FAMAS. The rest have their rifles of choice. The kits are out. The utils there. The double AWPs back in play for one more time.
m0NESY. It's been set up again to try and get an opening. Unfortunately for m0NESY, no one's really come into his crosshair at any point. No one's tried to challenge any of the positions he's been set up for. They will nade down Alexi B. And safe, holding for the underpass peak of G2.
Very mid-centric hold here from Furia. Look how many bodies on the radar are close to this.
Yeah, this could be a guillotine right now for G2. They have to try and break through it. Smoke goes into top con. Molly forces safe back. Good methodical play to take connector control. Just using that utility to limit some of the possible casualties. And remove some of the risk. You see an update in the B stream, 12-3 half for Fnatic. Astralis lead the series 1-0 on maps though. Good kill from Art. m0NESY out of the round early. And that is going to give Furia a big advantage. Hunter decides to snatch it back as we go under 50 seconds. Bomb still positioned towards top middle. Nico positioned in ramp.
Oh, is it on Nico again here? Because they're stalled out in mid right now. They need to scoop up the bomb. As you mentioned, the time's starting to become a little bit of an issue. If they want to go for an A split, it will be into 3 players. Drops the solo member on the B site. If they knew what we knew, maybe they'd try and pressure the youngster, but they're going to walk straight into Safe's AWP.
Oh, and Safe is going to love this. Easy kills for him. Spotted out Nico on the ramp as well. Ketsurado, he's down to help out from jungle. Finally, Alexi B takes him down, and it's Yuri from the site with 2. Just Nico, he can't do much about that. And Furia will take a 9-6 half. We're taking a short break, and when we come back, we'll see if Furia can force us to a 3rd, or will G2 step one step closer to the spot egg. Serrata loose. Looking to take some range with this P250. Has spotted Jax just jump on by. At least that position known, but Nico still the secret weapon, still the player uncalled for in this pistol. And he's gonna hide behind triple. Art up in the window is taken down, and Monacy, and now Nico swings with nothing. That is unorthodox. You don't see that every day. And Jax having to back off, still the 3v3.
They can take their time on this. They could even scoop up the bomb. Drop is in a key position over towards jungle and window. Yuri can rotate back through spawn. Kaserati doesn't have to commit into the site with the bomb, but he is.
He's watching his teammates flank. Alexi B watches from short, and they go to plant, and he gets away with a second. That is ridiculous from Alexi B.
How has he gotten away with that?
Oh, a little bit of luck maybe playing into that one, but still looks great. And now it's on Yuri. P250 for a bit of style of his own. Tapping up towards short. Can't quite find Alexi B, and now it's G2 just playing containment. Knowing that as soon as he taps the bomb, they can try and pull some info, know that he's not on it anymore.
Yeah, being reserved about this. Nice stuff from G2. Playing the fundamentals here. Not giving Yuri anything at all.
I'll try and tap again. Just really trying to get away with this, but finally Alexi B swings. He's down to it, and Alexi B will secure 3 in a pistol. Great stuff from him, and G2 have the pistol round in the second half.
Yeah, and there's Xtaz trying to fire up the boys, understanding what's on the line here. As we've mentioned earlier, we've said it time and time again, this is a whole nother game for these guys today. So conserving energy, giving you as much downtime to prep for your final match of the day is going to be important, because over there, looks like it might go 3. Fnatic versus Astralis on map number 2, currently 14-3 in favor of the Swinglish. That's the Swedish-English mix of Fnatic at the moment. Looking like a B rush here.
Yeah, Furia got flashes, so they're going to try and get a bomb plant out of this.
They won a round like this on Nuke, remember?
They did.
Let's see if they can do it again.
Tried to erase that, but it did happen. And here they come, out the window, out to the B site. Hunter does well with the first, trying to track his opponents here. Alexi B finally will be able to get away with 2 kills and cleans it up again for 3 as 8 rounds now read for G2.
Okay, well, they've handled the must win. Now this is where we get into the business stage. The first rifle round here for Furia. They won't be able to get an AWP out prioritized into Safe's hands, but the same to be said for G2. They're just going to be operating here with rifles. So, let's see what kind of crazy approach Art has in mind for us here. They do love speed demoning straight up middle, up the cat into the window room, but doesn't appear to be the preference early. Kaserado top mid, 3 over towards A, drop dealing with any B pushes. Kaserado selling a bit of a mid fake here. Nico's going to call this one clear. It is Jax to be tested on the A site, currently at ticker. Art creeping up the ramp. He's going to come through the smoke, and I think he may have just missed Jax on the jump.
Nico walks right into Kaserado. And so he lights the trap. Nico
Jax spotted him there.
Walks
He knows
into
it's going
it.
to be sandwich.
And Jax is going to try and pull this kill on Art. Forces him wide with a molly, but can't take the kill. That's the FAMAS really working against him, that.
Yeah, but this is the question. Do they just want to try and finish A? They have so many nades. They could actually set up for a full set piece here. Smokes towards jungle, the stairs, everything they want and more. Ooh, miss smoke.
Okay. Now Alexi B's given a chance. Peeks up for 1, and they're kind of just disjointed here, Furia.
Pushing in, he's got the bomb.
Oh, no. Alexi B. He might be able to try and isolate these fights into 1v1s. Has against
Drop needs to
spotted.
get out. He has.
Ramp, and luckily Drop gets out of dodge.
Wow, so committed there. Now they can drop all the way back. Take a look at Hunter's position here. Still residing on the catwalk, so if they do decide to finish on towards the B site, Hunter hasn't left just yet. Saw Kaserado top mid, flashes him back. Monacy's going to pick off of this, and the quick shot not going to land, but an idea that they are backpedaling could start to grow.
Hunter has pushed towards short side.
Perfectly timed smoke as well here. Are they going to disrespect this? Art is the type of player just a creepy crawly all the way through, but it is risky now on low HP.
It's Art. What's a smoke to Art? It's absolutely nothing. They go right through it. Hunter, again, has an itchy available, but
Ahead of the
no
smoke,
info.
though.
They've come through the smoke, and Hunter might just get wrapped around, but turns! How does Drop get away with that? And now Monacy looking down to the site. Drop is so low, 1 bullet from death. And Monacy needs a kill here. He needs to find one. He's finally got it. It's Art that hits the deck. Now we've got to keep eyes on Alexi B's position. He's just behind Monacy here in this spot.
And they're going to try and save you.
I don't think there's much of an opportunity to get through when you're trying to get through that close choke point of the market area. You have to drop back and see if these weapons.
Yeah, try and get m0NESY into an upgrade. See if you can go find him something elsewhere. The Scout, look, he can retain it, but you'd love to pick a rifle up, maybe even a FAMAS, right? I'm sure that Jax, he would have loved an M4 that round, but a FAMAS upgrade from the Scout, see what m0NESY can buy into the next. He's going to have plenty of cash. But it all comes down to Art disrespecting Hunter's smoke. You can see that he wasn't ready for it. The smoke, we all know it doesn't operate as a wall, but traditionally late round like that, you feel that maybe, just maybe, they would have respected its presence. It's going to be the first round here for Furia within this second half of play, and they'll be the first to reach double digits. Now we've got a game on our hands, and look, Art had a lot of impact on Nuke. He's doing it again here. 17 kills for him right now, most in the server. Everybody on Furia in the double digits too, and that kill from Drop, yeah.
It's kind of unreasonable, isn't it?
What can you say about that one?
I mean, Hunter really should have at least got one. You see the disbelief on his face of how he didn't step up there, but Furia, 10 rounds now on the board, G2. It'll be Pete from m0NESY. And they're going to try and set up Alexi B for this boost in the short. Yuri not ready. And that's a great opening for G2. Alexi B looking for the follow-up as well, but has decided it's time to drop back into Con.
Art's pressing the issue here.
Yeah, he doesn't really let you breathe for too long here, Art. Jax mollied, forced into the fight, and he will burn in the fire. Art tries to get a follow-up for Furia, but Hunter, proactive, gets the kill back, and now Keserado's turn to strike. He's got 1 and 2. Alexi B, the second victim to the rifle.
Might just be a case of a save here again right now, unless m0NESY can find something with the AWP. Currently perched up on Catwalk, starting to swing on out and clear mid with Hunter, but Keserado moves further forward, and this is looking like his round. Hunter's going to get caught off guard by this. AK steps out, and Keserado's done it all. Just young m0NESY now with that AWP.
Big clutch needed from m0NESY. First shot is so quick onto Keserado.
Has a kit, has a smoke. This is the type of round he could go for.
He needs another pick. That info, give it away. He knows the position of Drop. He'll go to the stairs. Thinks about the CT setup. Thinks about the remaining positions. m0NESY trying to get close. How does he approach this one? How does he turn it into 1v1s? Scope gives away his spot, trying to pull Drop into the fight. Drop hasn't gone for it, finally will! And m0NESY not quick enough, well, not accurate enough, certainly was quick, but 11 rounds now for Furia.
Looking good now, looking very good now for Furia here. That AWP brought over, that was G2's response with a gun round. You saw it wasn't the best of buys, but a buy nonetheless, and now they're gonna find themselves in a world of hurt. Jax getting burnt out of position, 2 unfortunate deaths for him, 2 rounds in a row. And Keserado, he did it all. If they lost that one after Keserado completely cleaned house, put over towards the A site, 3 massive kills, Furia might have been face-palming a little bit, but now they can thank their lucky stars. 12, very likely here. Flashes over mid. m0NESY going to push on through. Has the cavalry of Jax and Nico following. Here comes the pressure, but here's Keserado standing tall, top mid, the best and easiest kills of his life as he spams on through. Maybe not the best, maybe the easiest. Best, I've seen some classic Keserado highlights. $20 kills for Keserado now, so just 2 rounds and he's found himself overtaking Art on the leaderboard.
I think he's trying, he's seen his card, right? That he wants to get those stats up. He wants to get those ratings up a bit. 95
overall, mate.
It's not bad.
You got to be happy with 95.
Yeah.
Yeah, so.
A couple of the individual stats.
Sure.
I'm a little disappointed in those. That's the kind of mentality these players have, is strive for perfection, strive for as much as you can get out of it.
They're converging on Hunter right now.
Yeah, poor Hunter.
Yeah, I'm sorry, mate. You're not going to be long for this world.
Put him out of his misery, get him a good gun. And that's coming up in this round. G2 got about 4.3k average here, so.
Just having a little bit of a look here. Inferno is the 3rd. Is this the exact same map pool again? So we've had it happen 3 times in a row here for G2. They get to go into...
Mirage.
Yeah. So against Fnatic, it went Nuke, Mirage, Inferno, and that was the series they lost. So...
16-7 the last time, so they've improved at least by 1, but we'll see if they can get any more out of this. They are back to the buy. It is going to be 5 M4s, and again, the only kit in play is on the back of Nico, so keep an eye on that. Furia very quick to take the mid control. m0NESY's in the connector. It's an important position here. A lot of responsibility put on his shoulders, and nearly doesn't have much else on his shoulders. His head nearly taken off, and Art will hunt him down, punishing m0NESY in the connector.
Great stuff there from Art, continuing to lead by example here for this Furia roster. And now it is Nico to try and defend the A site with the support of Jax over towards Ticket. Smokes will fade momentarily, and the fight will be on.
Nico dropping back. into the firebox. Flash is going to go around, allowing them the exit through connector, but Alexi B through the smoke will not make it easy for them. They will not journey to the site unscathed. Again, Jax and Nico here, but Nico's barrel spotted, and Nico climbs over the top, and that's going to be one for him, but that's all she wrote. Now Jax with much more pressure on his shoulders. He's lost his sharpest teammate inside of the site.
Bomb should go down here.
Yeah, Yuri's taking a bit more of a risk, jumping up on top of the triple, but because of the different position, the off angle, Jax wasn't ready for it. Now Hunter's turn to try and claim some of these kills back, but G2 not really getting much going here. Just Alexi B, and that's going to be 13 for Furia.
Beautiful stuff handled there, and Art with the opening kill into connector. You can see m0NESY, right? He gets mollied out of position, he gets spammed on through, gooshed, and then Art, Bloodlust, chases him down, opens up the account, and from there, the dominoes continue to fall for G2, who are up against the ropes at this. Only 2,900 into the next round of play. This is not where you want to find yourself if you are G2. One of the teams that had a lot of eyes on them coming into this tournament. Through off the offseason have made some big changes. In-game leader out, Alexi B coming on in. Amanek was replaced with young buck m0NESY, who at the moment sitting at the bottom of the scoreboard with only 9 kills. Having a rough go of things, old m0NESY here. His CT impact with an AWP could be a difference maker, but they're running out of rounds to do so. Art has been an absolute menace here. I just want to point out his opening exchanges. He's been involved in 9 opening exchanges throughout this map so far. He has converted 7. 7 opening kills for Art, and that's exactly what you want from this player. He finds impact. He opens up the round for his team to convert. Axe has an opportunity to get on the mic. Not too many more of these are going to be offered on up. It's going to have to just be some pistol upgrades around this one saved M4. But when you're in a scenario like this, you want to set this M4 up. Alexi needs to put himself in a position to find impact, because next round they'll be able to buy regardless. So where's Alexi spawned for? It's towards the back of the pack. It's not like there's anything exciting. He can't necessarily jump out window here. He can't push into Palace quite quickly. Where is he going to operate with this saved rifle? Through the window room he goes. He will jump out, okay. So they're trying to operate with the boost here.
All right, they've done this a few times. It has gained them a kill the last time they did it, but they've not seen anything early, so can't commit to it too heavily.
Oh
and as they try and dismount and come back into more recessive positions, they get punished.
That was the gap that K-Stride looked like it was peering on through there. Just squeaks on out, grabs the kill, but there's another. They're starting to whir on up.
Yeah, I mean, if there's any player to dissuade you from heading into that B side, it will be the decal of Nico. Holding him back. Furia is still down a player, throwing the AK out of the map, just to make sure G2 can't get their hands on that.
Oh, B-Stream update. That one's going to 3. Final map will be Ancient over there between Astralis and Fnatic.
Yeah, it looks like R1 might be going to 3 as well here, Chad. Furia looking very good. I mean, in this scenario, yes, they are down a player, but they still have the better weapons. They still have a bit of utility left.
Yeah, they have a lot of time too, and Art's actually applying some pressure over towards B. If Hunter goes down without a fight, Art might signal that B is clear, or alternatively, it'll just draw the rotation from these final few defenders.
Art loves to do that. Safe now, swinging out towards ramp. Jax, bit of an off angle here. Safe can't see him, and Jax can't capitalize. Now they try and get out. It's Arthur swings into the B site, and now the bomb being held back. 30 seconds left. Hunter with a CZ elsewhere is again taking that Art player down. So it is just down to Safe and Yuri. They're trying to move their way forward. Safe peering to the bottom of the stairs. Nico, just about dodges the scope, and now he goes back to it. Nico taken down, and Safe has to commit to the bomb plant. He will do so. Yuri, his bodyguard, makes sure he stays up, and Alexi B had the shot, had the chance, but Safe able to recover.
Oh, not going to get too many more opportunities like that. That was so close considering the buy that they come on in with. Safe. Clutch moment there with those kills. Essential to get the 14th on the board, and now touching distance from that third map of play. Nico with a banger there onto drop. Jax trying to play that off angle as you mentioned, but Safe with these kills. Look how good they are right up close to personal with about 13 seconds left and able to finish off Alexi.
Oh, it's how he goes back to get Nico.
Ooh, double ops brought out here on the CT side. This is interesting. Alexi into the secondary. Good movement from him to jump on up with ease. Alexi and m0NESY with the big greens.
Alexi's leading the charge right now in the kill count for G2, and they've lost Hunter. They've got to play this round. A man down already. And if they lose this, it's 15 for Furia. Jack's taking the risk, pushing through the ramp, trying to gain some control back.
He's on his own, though. If he goes down here, you're going to see Toes spotted Yuri.
Jack's just positioning himself in the ramp. He's taking this position up, letting them walk into him. He's going to try and use that shadow advantage. Art faking out this B site with some utility, and Jax good for one.
It's another.
Bomb loose, but needing more. And Jax is only good for one. Good trade out from Yuri.
It's 2 AWPs to try and retake this A site.
Yeah, Nico playing back from CT. He needs a lot of work done here. He's been forced back away from his position with that molly as well. Furia looking good. m0NESY, we need some impact out of him. This AWP goes for the flick up to Palace, unable to land it. And now to the site they go. Kaiserado looks to punch in these digits, and that'll surely happen. Again, this double op retake not looking likely here, Chad.
If they go for it, this is basically map number 2 done and dusted, and Nico wants to give it a crack. They do have the kit, but that's on Alexi, who has to come through connector. One spotted towards Sandwich.
Damage done, but no kill.
They have to save. You
Have
just
to.
can't justify this. The fact that they even went for it in this type of scenario, it didn't look likely anyway, but things are desperate now. Things are very, very desperate at this juncture. Art trying to rip this away. Alexi should be hearing the steps. Oh, he's very fortunate that Art's gone looking the wrong way here. Alexi might be able to hold on to this AWP after all.
But even then, Chad, we are looking at 15-8 right now.
Yeah, if they stay alive, max loss bonus, they can drop 2 M4s, right? At least this round can have 2 AWPs and 2 M4s, and then one of the other players on G2 can go M4 with armor, or maybe an MP9 with util. There's still options as far as the buy goes, but this is looking fantastic. This is a map where the scoreline currently reads 15-8, and G2 have won both pistols with conversions. That's not good at all.
Yeah, when you put it like that, it has really just been a one-team show throughout Mirage, and G2 keep picking into this.
Yeah, that's 50% of their rounds from pistols and conversions. That's rough as far as the gun round statistics go.
m0NESY yet to break double figures. He's had the AWP in his hands quite a few times as well. Safe nearly brings down Alexi B. He was a pixel away from finding that one.
Lots of mid-space here for Art, just crawling on down with Kaiserado. This is the time for m0NESY to find some impact here.
Yet to really get involved.
This is meant to be his home map, you know?
Oh, it really should be. Hunter. He's got to deal with a boost up in the window. He's going to spot it. Art will not be brought down, though. Hunter unable to deal with it, and now goes up to the ladder room. He's going to peer down onto Art. It's a quick reaction, but Art has got himself deep in this corner. Hunter, does he expect Art to be right here? He's not going beyond the angle, so won't be able to spot out Art. And Kaiserado will drop both down. Jax in the ramp. If he's good for one here, this would put G2 in a very, very comfortable spot, but Safe is quick to it. Luckily, Hunter methodical in removing Art out of the window. And it puts Safe and Yuri into a very difficult round. They're completely split up now as well. Polar opposite sides of the map.
Ooh.
With Nico's kill, it is just Yuri.
Alexi dropping to a more passive angle here. Does not have a support network right now, so if Yuri hits this shot, he can get into the site and set himself up for what would be quite the miraculous 1-on-4. Alexi's ult rings true. Yuri goes down, and, well, they keep themselves alive for another round of play here, but there's so much cash to splash over there for Furia. A buy's not going to be a problem for some time. It might not be a problem at all. Need to retain the double AWPs. Seem to think that's the key difference maker here, but it's never too late for m0NESY to step up and take over the game, right? We understand that he is still a young gun, but we know his impact on this map, right? Everyone's watched his streams. Everybody's seen where he's done his best work.
Yeah, but we haven't really seen m0NESY take over a game yet.
That's true. That is very true. Looking like a B-heavy play right now. They're trying to run down this double AWP setup.
Alexi B, let's see if he can handle this pressure. Hunter at the ready alongside of him. They've done a good job at delaying with this utility. That allows Hunter to reposition underneath the window, and Nico to push through underpass to get the flank going. m0NESY's hit the first. Alexi B playing close inside of these smokes to the AWP. Hunter has been removed, so Alexi B needs it. And the no-scope is good. Now he switches to the AK, and that flank from Nico gets his reward. 2 players pinned in the side, and Alexi B mauls them. 10 rounds for G2. Maybe, just maybe, this one's still alive.
Well, getting some Alexi B impact here, right? Actually getting him stepping up on this CT side, and it all started in this second half with the pistol round where he had 3 kills. Remember the 2 blinders there as they were trying to go through connector and cross towards the site. So Alexi's here to play, and that's buying a bit of a buffer. Nico now starting to whir into control. If you can get that m0NESY impact we're talking about here, I know it's a lot to put on this youngster here, but this game's not done just yet.
Alexi B's kind of buying time to allow his stars to show up, right? And to shine bright at this point. You can't expect Alexi B to carry it all the way through. We need this to happen.
Especially with this man on your screen right here in the server, right? All it's going to take is one Art round. One round where Art is able to weasel his way in the backlines, get himself an opening pick, and that's going to throw the entire round for G2 into disarray. Another buy here. Loss bonus is starting to build on the side of things for Furia. 2,400 into the next. So if they lose this one without a plant, we might see an eco coming forward. Here we go, timeout taken, and really getting into the business end of this map. Both teams clawing on for dear life here in a survival game.
G2 would love to take this 2-0, but Furia making it so difficult for them. Setting up for A.
Last round they tried a B execute, didn't get through. This time they're trying an A execute, the util being lined on up, and that is going to pressure that of Jax over towards Ticket.
Yeah, Nico can be called back as well. He's currently in connector. Utility is through. It's the old new execute, Chad.
I used to call this one Titan.
Well, it's through. Let's see if they can shut it down. Jax has done well. Spread through the smoke. The older player, of course, catching off this execute, and Art jumps up with a bomb. And that's it. Down in the open. Nico sprays away, gets 2 kills, and now it's just safe. He's trying to pull them back into this, but m0NESY denies. 11 rounds for G2. That's a gun round. B and A execute going sour for Furia. And yes, they have loss bonus, but they don't have enough for a buy here.
Yeah, you can understand the thought process behind those 2 rounds in a row. It's double orbs. All we need to do is get the site control, and then the retake is going to be so difficult here. But Nico understanding the way to play against this execute. Jax also pushing on in. This is a very old play coming out here. It's many years old. So seeing it getting run again. Not going to profit this time as Furia are down towards the pistols. This would be some way to pick up round number 16 here. Deagle, CZ, 3 Glocks and some flashes is all they have. It should be G2's 12th. They'll buy themselves another round. K-Serrado ahead of this.
Oh, if there's ever a Furia round, this would be it. With the pistols, they charge. It's m0NESY luckily getting back. Alexi B doesn't go foul to the pistols, so Furia having to change that up. It's a quick reaction to go to the underpass, but Nico quick to handle it.
And it will just be the bomb getting dropped underpass. Yuri to step on out from the palace position. Jax has spotted that. Does go down.
Good kill.
Yuri's in the site now, and, well, it's only going to be a matter of time here. Just one bullet needs to connect, and there it is. Nico getting even more done. 3 more kills for him in a round like that. And m0NESY found 2. Sure, it is just against an eco round, but it still kills nonetheless. Hopefully now we can start to believe, because 3 more rounds to take us to OT here. Timeout called. This time, Furia burn another. They have 1 more to use after this, and why not? When you only need 1 more round, make the most of all of these opportunities. Loss bonus is maxed out here, so every time they get into a site, they get the bomb down, they'll be able to give themselves a buy going forward, regardless of the round loss. Mac 10 for K-Serrado. I just want to peer on in his spawn. So K-Serrado currently has the best B spawn possible for his team. If K-Serrado starts heading over towards B, we might be something poppy, something a bit quicker, because still this double AWP setup, all it takes is a missed shot and the backup, the support network not to be there. That's all this is going to take. Other options, you could do the top mid smoke with a window smoke, jump through the top mid smoke, charge on up short, charge into connector, try and take some space very early here. Furia just need to crack through 1, and map 2 is done. K-Serrado over towards B, so followed by drop. The AWP is safe coming. Art to sell top mid.
It's going to be fast. I'm going to try and get through. Oh, Molly goes deep. Alexi B once again is under so much pressure. He has to drop back and try and buy some time. The short play hasn't worked out. They haven't been able to stop this one from crossing. m0NESY yet to deliver impact finally. Will remove drop, turns around and gets 2. But now you've got to look to Alexi B in the site. He has got the rifle back of Hunter to help him out here, but K-Serrado, he's going to be a nuisance in this. Oh! Alexi B with a no-scope. And now goes back to short, but this time will fall. It is the safe AWP, but Hunter's rifle keeps it clean and safe in the 1v3. Slipping around, Hunter makes quick work of him. Furia, it doesn't work again. It's 2 away from overtime here for G2. And just a few rounds ago, that saved off from Alexi B really coming into play here.
Yeah, this is actually massive work from Alexi. His impact is being felt, and so is m0NESY's now. This is 2 huge kills. The second onto R is so important there. That stalls this out. Alexi's just been a criminal around the smokes, but they're holding the Panther at the door here. Not letting them barge on down, not letting them take this one. Buy back in. Going to be the AK coming out for Yuri here. Some upgrades around the rest to just light on. Mac 10 pistols, mid control. Lots of bodies being thrown top mid here. They're flashed off. They won't try their luck as Quesarado and Jax going to have a fight over towards the ramp. Shots whiff. Jax doesn't get it done. Can get out of position here, and the rotation coming back quickly towards the A site.
Oh, Furia sending the numbers over here. Problem is for Furia, they haven't really even got into the site in recent rounds.
They do have 2 smokes to work with, right? They could set up the standard smoke wall to smoke off between connector, jungle, and the top of stairs, right? That could have a vision, and they could turn their attention to fight against m0NESY and Jax, who are currently in transition right now. Jax is up close and personal here.
He's gonna get flashed in, and no, it delivers one. Just the one, though. Some more pressure on m0NESY, and the flash has caught him. He's stuck behind triple, throws the smoke to try and stay alive because he needs reinforcements. He needs his teammates to come and help him out, and he's been bombarded. Furia into the site for the first time in a while. This time, they've got the advantage. They push towards CT, Alexi B under a lot of pressure. AWP's about to be overrun, and no, they're all down. It's just Nico left. A monumental clutch needed. It's the first tap to the head. And Nico needs another. Fake drops the pistol. Furia not biting on this one. They want to close this. They do not want to give a single chance to Nico into a clutch like this, and they won't. 16-13, Furia bite back. And if they want to come into this third map,
Lexi against Fnatic the other day, the calls, they left a little bit lacking. Oh, ready to get this one underway. Both teams are ready. And we'll kick off map number 3 for survival. Get fired up now. Leave it on the line because this is do or die for both. One more match later today. Let's see who's going to reign supreme. Buys are coming in. A little bit of a look right now. Art is opting to go for some util and drop as well. So the CT side, a HE, a smoke, couple of flashes and a kit for the attack. G2, oh, they've given the P2 50 to m0NESY here. Nico and Alexi B equipping some util. And if m0NESY can kick this third map off in style, maybe, just maybe, those 1x bet odds might come true. 4-man stance on the defense over towards A. Drop safe, Yuri and K-Serrado to defend top mid. And jumping for intro, K-Serrado spotted a few.
Flash at the ready for drop. This could charge safe forward if the flash is popped correctly, but just holding with the crossfire with Yuri and safe right now in the setup. And drop alongside of him. This brackets control is very strong for Furia. G2 are going to have to be extremely potent to take down what is waiting for them on this A site. Currently K-Serrado in the apartments. Numbers now show for G2, and m0NESY is taking the first. Looking for the second. Can't quite do it, but Nico will, and so the numbers looking good for G2.
Drops in trouble here, should go down. Hunter finishes him off. Now it's just K-Serrado on the site. Do they account for his position?
Playing in the close box, they begin to turn. He's stuck in this spot and still alive, but not for long. Hunter puts lead in his brain, and now it's all on Art left alone. Tries to peek around into the short side. With all that utility on his back, probably worth the safe call here.
Yeah, just going to drop on back and hold on to those goodies. HE, a flash, and the smoke in hand. That's $800 spent that he can hold on to for the next round of play. But that was handled, and m0NESY kicked things off with the opening kill. Now, if you miss Mirage, he was kept a little bit quiet. That's not what we want to see from the young star. Let's see what he really has to offer in the decider. This is where the pressure matters the most. So,
yeah,
going to be showing good face if you can continue opening kills like that. Towards the back of B.
Oh, well, nothing saved over for Furia. They will lose the pistol and carry nothing over to the next.
Oh, Nico could have run to his body there and grabbed himself a little bit of a nade, but not to know as 1-0.
And looking at m0NESY, we've seen his initial performances at this level. He looked very good when he's actually on the rifle, playing with the pack mentality on the T side. That's where he did a lot of heavy lifting. He's going to have to do that here on the T side of Inferno.
Yeah, it's going to be curious to see how they decide to operate on a map like this. They do have so many weapons, but a lot of the time, especially on Mirage, we saw some of the calls were just from spawn, which put them into number disadvantage situations out the gate. But down mid, we barrel. Furia, they're going fast.
This is certainly fast, and m0NESY has to get his gun out. Is at the ready to try and deal with drop. Takes damage on board, so sending his other force in. It's Alexi B to back him up. Good start here from G2, keeping it clean. This force spy not really posing too much of a threat. Art trying to get in a position where he can deal with Hunter, but that is potent from Hunter.
Yeah, you couldn't have a better way to have an anti-eco or an anti-force scenario go on down. Everybody staying alive, finding every single one of those kills. They're not retaining anything to be threatening into round number 3, and it should just be the USPs now for Furia as they've been held at bay here early. XCB does take a bit of a tag there on the strafe out, but Hunter mops up the mess here. You can see the final kill onto Art, just trying to reposition with the scout in hand. Some light upgrades here, a CZ, a P250 and a HE. It's not going to be the most scary. Jax with the second mid molly towards the window is going to land. They're dealing with the banana control early, top mid control. Safe's actually jump peeking over towards the short side just to see if anything's fast. Up mid, the nade landed, decent chunk of damage there, but it's still difficult to see how this one gets out of control here. Everything is in favor of G2 for this one.
Timing there for safe to peek out long, allows him to gain sight of Hunter. Jax now charging down into the apartments. Mach 10 is good for one, gets traded out by the P250, so Yuri now has that Mach 10 to play with. G2 now turning their attentions towards this B side of things. K-Serrado playing from behind the fountain. Can often be difficult to deal with a player behind that, but Alexi B will do it. Helps Nico, he was stuck in a situation that he wasn't too happy with. And now we got to look to Yuri and safe. For G2, you want to try and keep as many numbers up here as possible. Don't want to lose an extra player. I'm going to try and build the economy to the point where it is growing exponentially.
One of the things as well is so far there's only been 2 kills coming on through within these first 3 rounds of play, and both of them have come through that of Yuri. So if Safe could just hang around here towards Coffins and get one on the way out the door, right, he's going to well, get himself off the donut, as it were. Walks into Alexi B, and that's a nice shot. Nico, m0NESY, and Hunter had already all left the site, but I think they might want to hurry back over.
Yeah, running back, don't want to get caught by any pesky defuses at the start of this one. Safe will get dealt with by m0NESY. Just making sure no one's around this area. Just confirming that Yuri's happy to hold this MAC-10, and G2 will go to 3 at the start of Inferno. You mentioned over on Mirage, Chad, a big part of G2's success was the pistol rounds and the conversions, and they didn't really win a whole lot other than that up until the little run towards the end.
Well, this is their first chance to try to change the tune of that. I think Yuri might drop that MAC-10 over towards Art. If anybody's going to use it, it will be him. The rest combines their rifles, and Safe does have enough to get the AWP out. This got messy for a moment, but handled here, and we're starting to see more and more of the Alexi B impact. You saw it in the late stages there on Mirage on the CT side. Now, here in the early stages of Inferno, finding a couple of easy kills against the USPs. But back underway we go, and let's see. Art could go barreling down Banana with this MAC-10 in hand. He's set up to do so. Well, he holds him at bay for now, but still looking like he wants to get in the mix. They will subside momentarily. Deep utility through. And his MAC-10's not the most threatening, so here they come.
Now utility bombarding Furia back, forcing them into more recessive position already at the beginning of this round. So G2 will be happy with the banana control they've established.
Just take a little bit of a look at the radar, top left-hand side of your screen, and they're in the dark right now, Furia. They don't have banana control, they don't have top-mid control. They do not know exactly where G2 are positioned. Drop has a flash. Art's going to swing off it, and he's calling banana clear. So there's a piece of information taken back. That's key right now. Means that Safe, Kcerado, and Yuri towards A, what a trio that might be, should be on high alert for an attack coming their way.
G2 confirming brackets is theirs to work with.
He's drawn the rotation as well. You can see Drop. He's left Art over towards the B side of things single-handedly to defend with a smoke and a MAC-10. And the only kit in play is on the back of Art. Safe wants some info back top mid, and this is the right call. 38 seconds left. These late rounds seem to be plaguing G2 in certain scenarios.
Furia sending a player back to B.
Make it 2. Safe's moving as well.
Oh, this is the perfect time for G2 to go. Now they smoke out Arch. Can Safe get on the other side of this quick enough? He spots the side of Alexi B, and that's going to be the kill for the Brazilian AWPer. Now we look to the rest of the rifles to try and hold with limited time. G2, they have to charge down the site, and this is looking good. Furia, they have Yuri and Kcerado, and the rifles are rapid. And Nico is left alone. His teammates just get mauled on the way to the A site.
I think it's going to be very difficult to break this A site, especially without an opening pick, right? Kcerado and Yuri, those two players cross-firing, site and pit, that is a scary combo. I think that those two are very, very solid rifles. Kcerado is awesome. I think that he is a huge fragger. So this is going to be a tough task if they're going to be able to lock down this side of the map. Great shot from Safe here, quick as you like. Alexi goes down, and then Kcerado, back's turned, able to pick up a few. The, well, M4A4, loud as you like, but still getting the damage done. Double AWPs immediately on the CT side here. Okay.
Hunter charging quite quickly just to confirm Hall's control.
They would have heard the steps there.
And it goes. He's a little too deep for that to be too effective, but has sprinkled him down slightly. Now Kcerado, some aggression, changing up his position. On the balcony, Hunter goes to see if he can get that opportunity. Not really capitalizing.
And they're both playing pit side right now. So balcony and pit currently is where Yuri and Kcerado reside. Drop's been rotated back. Art's holding onto banana control, and here's Safe again.
Yeah, Safe holds. Missed shot. Has to drop back behind the smoke again.
Wrapping on this.
And Drop is going to hold with the MAC-10. Close position to come into, and the MAC-10 is rapid to the kill, and certainly will be for one. Jack's the victim of it.
Still got to break this pit hold.
This is looking strong. Yuri and Kcerado, they can often be just so good at locking down the site. They did it last round. Just one this time for Kcerado. It's Yuri's turn to get more, and Alexi B walks into his domain. It's an easy kill for Yuri, but he has been chunked down, and Nico hunting him down eventually will remove him. And a lovely shot from m0NESY, swinging out from the site, has drawn the numbers down to just Art.
Is he going to go for this? Looks like it.
Well, he has to deal with a pit, and having Nico in the pit is a big advantage here for G2. Art can't focus on the site solely. If he makes any sort of sound cue now as well, he will be peeked upon, and that's the scope going out, and it's Nico swinging, but no kill. Eventually will. 4-1 for G2.
That was kind of Nico, giving a chance for Art to hit that shot, but eventually will take him on out, and 4-1 the score reads early here. A great bounce back. So there you go, a gun round in the early stages for G2 here. Can they string multiple together? They can't be losing to a lighter buy or an eco scenario here. Yeah, drop just blind up. He does well to get one, and they do break this pit hold right here. Some good work from m0NESY. He's got 2 impactful kills in this round. But it will just be the light pistols brought on through for Furia, knowing they can get a full buy in the next. They've just some deagles, some P250s, a CZ, a little bit of utility in the mix here, but nothing potent enough to stall out the onslaught of Alexi B and Nico and Banana. That one smoke, channeling them up mid here.
Yuri's at the ready. Jax will take out Keserado's skull, so now we look to just a bit of magic maybe out of Furia. Get a little dink out there from Safe.
Yeah, it's reasonable damage, all things considered, and quite early. So Hunter and Jax, they need to make sure they don't line up anywhere. Might be blown on over as they now head back towards Banana. So ebbing and flowing between these sites. Interesting smoke thrown. That tells the story that maybe Art is at Sandbag, and he's been able to scoop up another smoke. So they've given a lot of utility to the in-game leader on B here.
Oh, well, Art needs to cross over to the side.
He's done his job, right? You can see them trying to spam through the smoke. So this is going to stall out time until that fades, and then they can call it clear. That smoke actually helps. So thank you very much, Art.
Couple of smokes now being sent out by G2. Still no extra players over here for Furia.
Oh,
Nico, a little tap. Oh, Nico, not the way that should have gone. Art through the smoke.
Remember, Jackson Hunter are low.
And they're barreling back into the pistol stack. 30 seconds. Drop has the first opportunity. Yuri does damage again and then now softened up. Luckily, Alexi B swoops in and Hunter will help him.
Saves quick.
Flankies around the backside. Nearly gets away with a second, but luckily G2 recover.
That's really quite intense stuff here. You can see it looks like the swarm of Furia players are there, just unable to be lethal in terms of the damage. First time out called Furia. Just want to discuss their options here. Guns are being juggled across and dropped. The AWPs are purchased on ARP. Double ops again, and double op setup on the CT side is very, very costly, especially if you're not saving rifles, right? If you're not saving here on the CT side and you lose side control and go for retakes with double ops, or you're losing them, that's not going to become a cheap little venture by any means. Round timeline on your screen, you can see how swimmingly this is going for G2 early. 5-1 scoreline, and remember, over there on the B stream, Astralis versus Fnatic, they have gone the distance as well. They're currently in their 3rd map. The winner of this game right here, right now, will take on the winner of that later today. 7:30, I do believe. And that will lock in one of our last spots for the Spodek Arena, kicking off next Friday. Here we go. What will this timeout net here? Drop an Art to defend over towards the B site. A 3-man hold on A early. They don't have any aggressive maneuvers, but they do have a deep mid smoke that's followed up with a nade. Not going to find a lick of damage, but the Util and Banana might. Alexi... only 2 damage done, and he still has all the room.
And he's held behind the half wall. Art likes to overstay his welcome sometimes.
They're happy just to leave him here on his own. So Art is actually taking a lot of weight on his own shoulders. He's the in-game leader. He's the one deciding that he wants to be here on his lonesome. So,
oh, what?
Yeah, you can see right there, the extinguish not going his way.
He's got a little bit of CSGO there, hasn't he?
Well, smoke is going to start to subside. And they're actually using that against Art to take this top Banana control. Still 4 staying towards the top mid for Furia. So if G2 go back and play color by number Counter-Strike, they will eventually take mid control, and that's where they might just get shut down here. Remember, Fnatic used this against G2 to great success.
Good swing out from the flash.
Great swing out.
That's amazing, and that's m0NESY down. And that's given a big advantage here to Furia. 35 seconds left. G2 have to cut through so many players. They have to downsize this defense massively. It goes out from Boiler. Drop having to drop back in 25 seconds here. Oh, G2, this has to be perfect. They have to get everything going their way just immediately for this T side to get anywhere near the site, and there's just so many numbers here for Furia. Keserato in the site, Yuri in the pit. How do you get into this with 10 seconds? Jax with a headshot, Yuri holding down from the pit, but Hunter's down and now needs to plant. Now needs to get the bomb down, and they've done it! They've turned it around! And just like that, G2 with a bomb down.
And this is the 2 AWPs. They can't go for this. We already painted the picture. This is so costly right here. When you go for an investment like this, not only is it difficult to retake, it just is so expensive. Breaking through in the final moments there. It doesn't look like G2 have any business winning a round like that, but staying cool under pressure, hitting the necessary shots, and they grab themselves their 6th round. Okay, G2, we see ya.
That is a really good sign moving forward. The fact that they're able to run it down that much, there were so many things that could have went wrong there.
Now, you can see Furia in a part of the game plan. We touched on it just there about, well, this was something that Fnatic did against G2, but stay with the heavy mid holder and lock them out. Now, the double AWPs, right? Look, I'm not saying it's bad. Teams can definitely make it work, but I think it's hard to find success if you're not trying to manufacture openings, right? If you're not actually going out there searching for picks early, you can be dissuaded and pushed off the line by utility quite easily here.
And this is a way that Furia have been playing to get the kills, and it's with the rifles that they've been more active with. Safe seems to be much more of a turret AWPer. He actually said at the beginning of his career, he's modeled his playstyle on ZywOo. So he's not going to be an AWPer that's going to be taking any ridiculous risks too often.
Hopefully not the ZywOo we had in the server yesterday. Hopefully the ZywOo #1 in the world, because ZywOo did have a rough go of things, unfortunately. He's a stud, but had an off day yesterday. Now another timeout called here. This time Furia need to talk through their options yet again. The loss bonus is there. They can drop the rifles across. The buy can come on through. The double AWP is retained. There's a lot of options here for the start of a round for the AWPs, right? You could try something funky, a run boost across mid, try and set someone up for a pick. You could get the banana control, post the AWP out with what I call the Furia smoke, where they one-way at the car position. Take it aggressive in apartments, look and search for a kill around there. But beyond that, it's a bit more sit back and wait. So Kids are here. Buy is good. 3 banana this time round. Quesarado joining Drop and Art, the regular B holders. And here you go. Art trying to use exactly that smoke.
Well, they seems to be really trying to make this open mid work as well. Safe getting boosted over the smoke. And starts to get spotted. m0NESY removes Art. Damage elsewhere as well towards top middle. G2 off to a pretty good start here.
Yeah, Mind Games behind that. Alexi pushing in. Spotted now.
He's still moving forward. He's still turning the legs. Drop's going to hold up on first oranges. Goes with the swing out, spots the arm of Alexi B, and it's just a whisker from death here. A little sprinkle, and Drop will have removed Alexi B.
Yeah, Alexi. Oh,
never mind. They've done more than a sprinkle.
Yeah, he's gone.
All around. Quesarado with a headshot. Now Drop's turn, but he gets taken down after one. At least he did get the one, because now it sets up Quesarado to hold down the site. Furia is still up with a player advantage, and G2, well, floundered at the moment, but m0NESY makes that difference. Shot lands onto Quesarado, and now a quick mid-play from Furia, as I nearly called him. But he comes back up through Banana, and the bomb will go down at Coffins.
Oh, this is a difficult 2-on-2 now. Damage done through the Coffin position, and now Yuri, as he slowly claws his way up Banana, the eyes are on from m0NESY, who's opted to go for the AK-47 here.
One smoke left for Furia into this. Safe's trying to take a wide angle, but they're both pinned in the pool. Safe swings, misses the shot. Now maybe has to rely on a bit more proactive play from Yuri.
Here he comes.
He comes around the swing side. He has been spotted. Bullets whiz past him. Safe with a shot, and the rifle picks it up. And Safe is sticking it on the 10 seconds. He's going to hold it through.
They're retaining the double AWP as well here, so no dramas. It did look problematic, and curious to see that G2 wanted to continue to run into B, because early stages, they already knew that Quesarado was on the site, because he got that kill onto Alexi, right? So then they killed Drop, and then they know that Quesarado is still there. Safe had also rotated over as well. One of the luxuries when you know you have a strong pit anchor in Yuri that you can just leave up to his own devices on the other side of things. But G2 pressed the issue, and they're the ones that got pushed away here. 6-2. As I mentioned, the double AWP's retained, and that's a good one to win there for Furia now. See how many they can string together in consecutive fashion, as Art, who has found a lot of impact for this team up until this point, is currently sitting 1-1-8. So,
and it's not like he hasn't been trying the same things, right? He has certainly been trying to force the issue. G2 just dealing with it well. Alexi B, I don't know how, but he's managed to avoid the blanket of fire and has come through onto the kill onto Art. That's a big opening for G2. But Drop has filled his spot very, very quickly. Are they methodical? Will they check this stone? Drop is going to hide in behind the car, or the barrels, as some of the newer fans will probably be calling that.
Well, that's a bait nade. That's going to bait him in here.
Yeah, that might just make them think that it is clear, and Drop, he is looking to be unleashed. Safe elsewhere with a kill for Furia. Timing, but not a kill. Instead, it's Quesarado, and it's 2. Nico, Jax, they both go down, and now it's the charge forward. G2, with ill intent, look to remove Quesarado from his position. He swings, and again, it's m0NESY that falls. Kestorado with 3. He's done everything in a 4K for Kestorado, and they needed that. They desperately needed a step up.
Yeah, beautiful stuff there, right? A drop is a jarring force that kind of forces them forward after he shows himself. Getting tricky with it there. Art goes down again early. I know at one point during that last map of Mirage, I mentioned his opening kill success. I think at one point I said he was involved in 9 opening duels and he converted 7 of them. All right, here, having a rough go of things, currently sitting 0 and 3 as far as opening exchanges go. So not the best look for Art, but regardless, they still get the round, and they retain the double AWPs again. So we all know what the game plan here is for Furia. Big greens, as the pistols are out for G2 here. One more round, and Furia will just be 2 in the distance. Double mollies mid. There's no way up that avenue of attack. I always love how Nico's just, yeah, I'll get a deagle, and if I kill a couple, we can win. But for everybody else, you got the Glocks.
Yeah, I mean, it's fair. I think it's super fair. I mean, Nico has this an ability to be able to pull something off out of nothing, it feels like.
Well, let's see if they can grab something this round.
My favorite thing about Nico is he's just kept the same deagle and the same stickers on that deagle for years.
Well,
got the old Mouse Sports logo on there.
Yeah, look, these skins are a piece of history now, really, when you
Yeah, they
consider
are.
how old some of them are. A little digital item that's, well, half the age of m0NESY.
that is wild to think about. That's really cool, though. In the future, you know, Nico retires, he can sell that for millions.
The original NFTs.
Yeah, the original NFTs, indeed. Art looking to...
This could be a confidence builder for Art. A couple of quick ones
Yeah.
here. A couple of quick ones on the AWP, right? As long as he doesn't get swung and die, there we go.
That's quick, indeed. And now he has drop in. It's clean. It's clinical. And it's just Jax. 5 stay alive for Furia.
Well, that's what you want to see. That's what you want to see indeed. So scoreline reading 6-4, back in it now. That is 3 consecutive rounds on the trot here for Furia.
Yeah, the coach, again, just scribbling down some notes, just keeping track of everything that's going on right now. And Furia still within this one. If they win this round, Furia are right back in this first half.
Yeah, what has Alexi identified as a bit of a weakness here? One of his classic calls in OG was going for like a 3-man halls pop where they would just throw util from mid. That's not going to work against Yuri and Kestorado, who have dropped the deep mid smoke again. And this time they're aggressive, pushing through.
Oh, I love this. Kestorado with a bit of spice to the round. Is Alexi going to be ready for this? Kestorado
No one's
sneaking
looking.
up behind them, and it's an easy kill for Kestorado. A second good as well. He just shakes their bones to the core, and now Nico trying to make something of this happen. Flash goes over, but ineffective, and Art will bring him out.
I think you're about to get bopped here, Hunter. Yep, whack-a-mole.
I love this call from Furia.
Yeah, great. They had 3 players playing aggressive behind that top mid smoke. Might need to put some bullets down range when they see that in the future G2, because it is just Jax in a 1-on-4 situation with so much time. The best he can hope for here is a couple of kills to try and keep this CT economy humbled. But it's not going to be an easy task. Look how forward they are. And remember, double AWPs. So doesn't have teammates to help bait the shots. Util flat as well. And wow, Furia, they are here to play in map number 3. They are not messing about by any means.
And I think that's the perfect round to really show people at home what we mean when we say that Furia play a difficult style. Usually when that smoke comes in, a lot of teams will just hold behind it. You're not really expecting them to charge down mid after you and flank you up banana real quick. So those rounds can be unpredictable, and when thrown in randomly and important points like this where you can snatch control of the economy, that's what makes Furia a difficult team.
I think thrown in is key, right? Because I don't think we'll see them use that again unless it gets really desperate. You use that once a half, and then that smoke now becomes something that G2 have to note and be worried about every single round of play. Now, this was great. Nobody even noted his position whatsoever, so a little bit gimmicky, but when the gimmicks pay off, it looks bloody brilliant. Here we go. Art is now starting to get activated here on that big green, so just a light buy from G2, likely to see Furia level things up here. We have 4 HEs in the mix, so when you go for a buy like this, you normally have the nades destined for a position, and if they continue their walk towards A, I would say it's going to be the bike. But you need to confirm that there's a player at bike first, and Yuri, well, he was in the boiler room. Looks like he's seen enough. Starting to backpedal now. Moving into a very standard hold here, so smoked off the apartment's going to play up on the balcony. Keserado's in the site. Yeah, they might just come around short with the nades in their hands and die because nobody is playing that bike position right here, right now. You've been spotted, and
How does Hunter get away with that?
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, he doesn't. He just chases after
That
him.
almost feels a bit worse, doesn't it? He
Yeah.
felt like he had a second lease on life. Hold up a second. Nico during this has just opened up B. That's forced out of rotation. They're coming back over quite swiftly here. They have 3 HEs remaining, a smoke as well.
Could this be one of those Nico rounds Got the Deagle in hand, a little bit of a gap to play with on that left side from Drop's POV.
Repositioning is great here. Yuri now close top mid, so he can be the early warning system on all of this, and can be a hard position to break him out of with just pistols.
Well, Yuri, will he pass this test? G2 with pistols looking to be potent. And Yuri holds for the first and will fall. Tech9 cracks open a hole in Caserado. It's a makeshift job, it's just one. As Nico removes his skull, and now we have to look to safe and drop to get themselves into this. m0NESY locking in the bomb plant. Furia cannot afford to drop around like this. Safe coming back through short, but Nico on the bicycle. Peek up over the pit, luckily, will retain his life. Drop has taken out Jackson. They're just trying to hold back the AWP of Safe here. Nico's Deagle goes again, but this time falls, and it's all on m0NESY. Can he close it? His teammates have set him up, and m0NESY to close. G2, they do it with their low buy, they do it with the pistols, and that's the back of Furia shattered.
That's what we wanted to see. That is what we wanted to see from m0NESY right there. A big 1-on-2 situation, right? We talked about his lack of impact there over on Mirage. It's still early stages for him in Tier 1 Counter-Strike, but in a round where he should convert, he does. Stepping up in a big way right there. His teammates cracked open the round with the pistols. He just had to close it down. So good to see the youngster here getting that level of impact. Still plenty of cash for Furia here to go in with a buy. They have 4 rounds consecutively, so the bank was built. But that right there puts G2 up to 7 and puts them in a position where if they grab this one, they will break the economy of Furia here and could even look at double digits. Maybe walk away with a 10-5 half on the nose here. This is a good T-hole now, right? If they got stalled at 6 after the way this started, all the momentum would have been with Furia going into the second half. Now, no matter what happens in the next 3, you're going to feel like you've done the job, right? You're going to feel like you've done the job, and they've been looking tidy on pistols as well. So, G2, not far now.
Furia still within this half. And again, it's important for them to try and claim as many rounds possible. They want the last 3. Let's see what their answer here is up against G2. Some utility being thrown down in Banana. Will it consolidate control? G2 looking to be assertive. That's causing more utility for Furia to be used up, and Art will swing with it. Starting to clear out, spamming down, but here comes the flash, and Art, he's out of ammo. He's gonna go down, and Nico with a double. That cracks open the B site. How do Furia get into this?
Well, Caserado has actually been given a bit of space here. They're not pushing the issues through the smoke. He's been able to rotate on over, but at this point, Art might just be telling them to save. The round does feel lost. Have stalled out and actually second-guessing things right now. G2 haven't committed off of the opening kills. They aren't going to run into the B site. Remember last time they forced the issue, and that's what lost them the round, but now the hesitancy could be the undoing of them this time round as they sit and wait for a CT aggressive maneuver. Caserado has B on lock. Nico swinging out for a fight here is just making some steps to hold whoever resides at B in place. Safe will be the next player they need to get past, and a simple smoke will do exactly that.
They are going to smoke him out. In fact, you're going to throw so many smokes down on this A site. Full execute. Smoke doesn't actually cover off Save's position. He gets the one. Goes down to Alexi B, so it's Yuri, and he gets caught. m0NESY ready.
Yeah, that should be it right there. Caserado, look, he's a beast.
Yeah, he is a beast, but sometimes the beasts can be tamed.
Yeah, I think he might want to cage himself towards the beast site, but Nico already starting to sniff him out.
Beast on beast. This time, Caserado hits the headshot, but that's just his chance to fall back now.
m0NESY's quick on this. Look, you don't want to give away the AWP here if you are m0NESY, so it needs to be tethered slightly. Hunter and Alexi just making sure that Caserado doesn't go for a round like this. And yeah, you'd prefer to get it away, but better so not give up that AWP.
Yeah, he's just holding in case, you know, Caserado decides to come back down Banana for the save call, and m0NESY would have that locked in, but I don't see him journeying any further to this B site. So Caserado should be able to carry this M4 over, and it looks like he will be. So Furia unable to answer back to that G2 round. That puts them up on 8 on the T side. Things are looking very good for them, and now we've got to look to the Furia economy.
Yeah, 1900 into this next round of play. So it is important that Caserado stay alive here. That's going to be, I want to say the only M4, but I can see a world where Art just buys a silenced M4 as well. He has 4.1k, so he could definitely afford it. This was how it opened and basically ended right there. Yeah. Still went through the paces to close it out, so didn't just run into their demise. Used the utility to flush out safe. And yeah, Art did exactly that. So he's gone for the silenced M4. So they're going to carry 2 through. The rest of them are going for a lighter buy. So in the final round of play, everybody will have a gun besides Art, unless they win this round. So how much impact can he find here?
Casterado getting boosted up onto the ledge.
It's a powerful position.
Art's position also powerful if he is unchecked and uncleared, but problem is they have got utility.
Drop has one more flash, so they can do the alley-oop maneuver one more time.
Problem is right now, G2 behind the half wall.
12-12 over there on the B stream. That one is getting close.
Yeah, it's a barn burner. Art looking to burn the barn of Nico, but even though he's flashed, Nico's still clinical to the headshot. That's the rifle down. That was one of the big shots here for Furia. That opportunity now gone for Art. And it's not in a recoverable position either. They can't get that back.
No, Jax needs to scoop up the bomb, which he has. Hunter making sure nobody can push on the flank, and there's still a couple of residual nades here. Jax can come and re-smoke CT. Monacy could do that as well. Flashes, some mollies to work with, so should be no dramas. It's about protecting Caserado now. This is looking very, very good for G2. 9 is practically confirmed at this point.
Yeah, they've cancelled their attempt. Furia's chances will have to come in another round, and we look to G2's 9th T round. That is impressive, to say the least.
Yeah, and I mentioned before with that deep mid smoke, they might not use that play again because it's a bit of a gimmick. And but look,
unless
maybe,
they're desperate.
Yeah, and maybe that might come out in the next round of play. If the G2 see it, I'm sure they'll be on high alert for the final round, knowing that it's going to be a suboptimal buy. You're going to get 2,400 into the final round of play here for Furia. So there will be a couple of dramas in the purchase department. Yuri with the Kevlar, he should be all right. Caserado can also drop a gun over to Art. So it actually works out, right? It works out because the virtue of these players staying alive. If they had all gone down, then Art would have been screwed. But Nico there just blinded on up, does get the kill and finishes things off. We're looking at 14 kills for Nico now, but the main story for me has to be Monacy within this half, 12 kills, right? He's actually finding some stellar impact as part of this, and it's necessary. If we want to see G2 as world beaters, he's an essential factor.
Oh yeah, and that clutch as well. Just this is the one that pushes them forward. You know, obviously Nico gets them into that situation, but was set up to knock down, and Monacy did that, and now taking more responsibility to run up Banana. Not getting the chance to shoot though.
Oh, okay. This is all a ruse here. There's 4 players top mid. Art has well, left B for now just to go back and scoop up some nades. So if Nico wanted to continue to push the issue here quite quickly, Art would have found himself out of position, but the buffer zone is there. Comes back over, limps out some more nades. That's going to split the pack.
Well, Nico gets beyond the molly. They use a smoke to use it up, and Art might be under a lot of pressure here. He swings out and nearly catches Nico. Art crosses back to the site.
Hasn't called for a rotation here. It's still just Art.
Smokes out, thinking that's going to buy enough time, and it has. Just forced G2 back. Looks like they're going to set up some utility here. Swing out. Oh, Caserado didn't get the info.
Yeah, look, if they just execute B, this could be tidy here.
Could be very tidy, and now they're rotating a player back. It's going to be a second there alongside Art to see if they can get anything done here. It's another smoke.
That's it.
Oh, that could be another delay tactic, but no, I don't think it's going to come down in time. Jackson already threw it. Art down. Smoking towards CT and safe while he has to continue to move forward. But to get into this round, it takes a monumental effort from Furia, because now they have to play retake.
Oh, bomb yet to get planted, and that's fortunate. Caserado and Yuri are still yet to move from A. Drop straight to over.
That's a big kill.
He had a chance.
That's a massive kill, and Furia don't really have the utility to clear this out. You don't have mollies left in anybody. You've got a smoke and a flash. That's all you've got to get back into the site.
Look how late Yuri is. He's still only making his way through CT spawn now.
This is a disaster. Furia looking so unlikely they get anywhere near this. Alexi B good for one again. Caserado realizes he has to clear out the coffins, and Alexi B is good for it. It's just Yuri. 1v3. Tap on a Jax. They're split, and Nico has the shot. 10 rounds for G2. They're putting themselves
seconds left. They have to make a decision.
Hunter's just going to play inside of the site. That's info picked up by Art. Now Jax peeking up from the bicycle. Art doesn't see him. Jax certainly will.
They're going to come through this smoke. They have to.
And look at the banana play as well. Up middle, Jax has done well. His reinforcements now arriving, and Furia is starting to feel like it's been stifled.
Nico's run all the way back to B here, so there is still a chance.
Well, they're running onto the site. Hunter, MP9, starting to rattle away. And Yuri has taken him out. A bomb plant and the advantage. Alexi B in the apartments.
They're all in the site.
Nico's coming back. Furia all occupying the site itself. Yuri in the back corner. Kesserado alongside of him. Drop plays from the box on the left side. Alexi B falls. Not like this. Surely not like this. Nico has no kit, no utility. Just a FAMAS to claim this one. He has no info. He doesn't know all the players are inside of the site. He goes into the fight. Good first one on him. Second picked up. And now just one more for Nico.
Needs to be quick.
He needs to be very quick indeed. And oh, drop swings out. And that is a masterpiece. Just the art buy, and it has given Furia a chance at least at the start of the second half.
That is crazy. That is insane. You go back to Nuke where they went around with basically Glocks alone, and this time it's just the Galil purchase, and they still get across the line here. The only gap was the biggest mystery for G2, and that's what actually forced the rotation back from Nico towards B. They got into the site, Hunter not able to get anything done, and that's a miserable one to lose right there if you're G2. Yeah, facepalm. You can't be losing to 4 Glocks and a Galil. Back against the wall here. A force buy from G2 to give it their best crack.
Yeah, Alexi B out for the Swag 7. We'll see if he's able to get anything done with that. Oh, Nico, I hope he likes Itchy Grenade for lunch. He's chowed down on that. Hunter moves forward.
Yeah, not the tastiest morsel here, and Kesserado just on the other side. Flashes forward. This time, Hunter gets the opening here, but can't pick up the rifle.
It's a bone rattler here with a CZ, and yeah, like you said, just unable to really upgrade that.
He's stuck right now. They can't bail him out either.
Oh, he has to commit to the fight, and Art will best him.
Okay, well, Nico is still low on this. Art and Safe now have top control of the banana. Yuri and Boiler drop around top mid. Alexi playing it, overtime there on the B stream.
And a couple of sweaty fans, I'm sure, right now.
Regrouping and back to B might be the play here. They still have 2 smokes. They can smoke Coffins and CT, go for a standard play. Molly back towards Emo, or they could go for New Box and the flash and go. Well,
Nico.
Maybe they're just going.
Nico from Coffins can often be a disaster, and he has found himself one. Now he looks for a follow-up. Looking to brutalize his opponents in Monacy. And Nico go down in a foul swoop. And yes, it is a Mag 7. And no, I don't think it has much of a shot. Alexi B goes through, drops headshot, covers off the opportunity, and now just Jax.
Oh, interesting tact there from Alexi, but he will hand that one over to the enemy forces here, and you're right, just Jax to hold on to the dig. Well, if there was anything that was going to fire Furia to get back into the game, right? You talked about maybe the lack of impact from Art within that first half. Even though he's only got 6 kills, his impact is setting them up for a comeback here in this T side, just with that little round alone. Jax seeing if he can do some more damage. The answer is no. Drop will do exactly that. Drop him to the floor. 13 kills for Drop. Showing he has his worth within this team. 12 for Yuri. On the other side of things, it is the Nico show. 21 kills for him. Alexi and Monacy 12 apiece. And Hunter and Jax have been kept quite quiet during all of this. Has to be the full eco right now. G2 were in the best position to close this game. They were in the absolute best position, right? It wasn't even a full force fight. They just had to get through a mandatory round to put themselves up to 12. It would have been a 12-5 score, and now it's about to be 11-8. So how quick the tables turn. 5 AKs out here.
Fury are going to be loving this.
Oh, aren't they just? There's a lifeline.
Yeah, they're still in it. Again, I would probably favor both of these teams moving forward in the next matchup. Fnatic will be difficult, or Astralis. You know, those 2 teams certainly going to be difficult. And they have to decide how that one's going to go.
Yeah, overtime, I think it's quite fitting. The back and forth nature. As I was mentioning a bit earlier, how streaky starts Fnatic were getting in the games. Well, maybe not streaky, but...
Well, they're getting very strong starts in this series, at least, and kind of losing control of it a little bit.
Wow, this round is done already. You could just tell by the positions taken up. Minute on the clock, and they're already starting to constrict on towards this A site. Safe. Precise work with the AK-47. The USPs are gone, and just 3 more to find here. The bomb needs to be scooped, but I think Kesserado has this one handled.
Yeah, I think so. Nice and easy. Kesserado making sure they are taken down. And they will be. Have you seen much of Safe, Chat, before his Furia stint? Did you watch much
I
of his
heard the
previous
hype
scenes?
around him. You know, I watched a couple of the Safe highlights, but I didn't get to see too much of him until really joining this Furia roster. It's interesting, right? They were quite the team, quite the force, especially when Henny was on the roster and they were running that double AWP setup where Art would get to do whatever he wants and then Henny would clutch out the round. So it's going to be hard for Safe to fill those shoes because Henny was a beast when doing so. But if he can, that's when Furia starts to get exciting again.
Well, let's see. Buy round back for G2. A little bit of aggression from Hunter. Are Furia going to be ready for this? m0NESY looking to back him up. Hunter unleashed. It's one. And the Hunter will be the hunted. He goes down quite quickly, but Nico makes sure he avenges his fallen cousin. It's two. And now dropping Yuri. What can they do here? G2 with a massive round start.
Oh, just one of the keys with Nico, when he's given an opportunity like that, right? They did all that mid play. He's not set up to get those kills, but he's able to make the most of the mess that is left. So good work from Nico, who is low, needs to drop on back, continuing to do the lion's share of the heavy lifting here for G2.
It's good to hit that from the likes of B. Yuri halved in health.
If they execute B, it is a 2-on-2. This is still possible right now for Furia. The Brazilians aren't done just yet in round number 20.
Is Nico and Alexi B here. Gap on the left side.
Intentional, I think.
Alexi B is going to try and pull a drop into it, and it's worked well.
Yeah, cheeky little one-ways right there. You're never safe around the smokes, as it is just Yuri left in a 1-on-4 situation. Residual cash is there, so Yuri has a few options. He can just save, and we saw them doing a lot of saving on the T side of Nuke, or he could try and do as much damage as he can. Now, right now, it looks like save might be the call.
Yeah, I think he's going up into the safe house here in the apartments. Lots to do here. I think you've got a kitchen, a couple of amenities, and also around the corner you got some CS 1.6 sometimes.
What does Yuri strike you as? Do you think he's a cook?
I think these guys are good enough to have a chef.
Oh, it's not on. Yeah, you're probably right. Well, the PC's not on right now. That's what mine used to look like, big old CRT.
Oh yeah, those things, they could kill you, man. If you drop that on someone, that's a weapon right there.
Yeah, heavy for a 14-year-old to be carrying around to BYOC lands, but we still
Everyone's
did it.
jacked.
Yeah.
When's the last time you opened up 1.6, Chad?
Just the other day, actually, just to reminisce on how people seem to think it was, well, is still better than CSGO. Those people are deluded. The game has come an awfully long way.
Rose-tinted glasses mentality when you look back.
Indeed. It's a timeout here. This is the last timeout of Furia called, and there are still so many rounds of Counter-Strike to be played here. So the fact that this is the last time that Gary has the opportunity to chime on in, this needs to set the tone for the remainder here of this half. 4 rounds the difference right now. Money is still there, so it is a pivotal point. You can understand what they need to talk through. AWP in the hands of Safe, AKs for the rest. Alexi probably going to be wanting a bit of a drop here, and yeah, we need to be keeping our eyes on this because loss bonus for both teams into the next is only going to be 1,900, right? And it's going to be hard to split a full buy for both if they do come on the receiving end of a round loss. That was an aggressive maneuver from G2 to make that last round work. See what they opt to go for the next round of play. Deep mid smoke from m0NESY thrown on out. 3 players defending the A site. Nico is heading over towards A. Into Boiler here, so another aggressive maneuver.
Ooh, Hunter swings out, good headshot. Yuri is not going to like that.
One and done, and that was so passive. That was so passive. He was all the way back down near T-spawn of ult mid, and that channels them straight up banana. They want to get a move on towards B here, Furia.
Good molly from G2, that slows them for the time being. But Furia continuing to move forward with intent. m0NESY is in a good position to try and shut this one down. The first is good as he butchers Caserato into the ground. Alexi B swings out, but Art takes him out of the round, and now it is down to m0NESY to buy some time. Nico swings out, it's 1, 2 for Nico, and finally dealt with by Drop. But he has to do everything here. He has to remove m0NESY, and he is so quick to the trigger. 13 rounds for G2, and now it is looking so good for them to move forward.
Oh, still beast mode here. Nico, absolute beast mode from him. 25 kills to his name, 119 ADR. This is a beautiful game from him, just getting it done, pulling his team across the line here. Yeah, just multi-kill after multi-kill. And you can understand the reaction. It's an aggressive second mid maneuver, but they're not quick enough to get on in. Nico understands he needs to help out the AWP player of m0NESY, and he does. And here we go into the next round of play. Yuri, the hero AK, equipped the rest into just some pistols. Well, they did it with just a Galil. Now it's Yuri's turn to try his luck with a solo rifle. We're on board with him as he makes his way up second mid. It is a 2-man A-hold with m0NESY and Jax currently perched. Hunter rotating back over now, so he will get here in time to back up his teammates. They are doing the silent jump up into the window room. Not to give away any sound cues.
Oh, Casserado through the smoke. LXCB will happily collect the first.
Well, last time when they knew there was second mid aggression, they reacted quickly. You want to do this at the tempo of Yuri, who isn't the quickest of maneuverers.
Always run out.
They did get the space at least, so smoke long. Territory taken.
Oh, didn't look towards pit. Lucky to be alive, really, that.
Gonna test Arch side. There's two here, Monacy and Alexi.
Yeah, it's good players to be that. They come around, Monacy. He'll pick up the first safe down, and now Furia charging into the meat grinder. Monacy's in and closes it with 3. Massive round from him as we now look to 14-8. We have to see Furia buy up here.
Monacy's been the sidekick to Nico in some of these situations, right? I know that was against lighter pistols there as well, but he's got himself up to 17 kills at this juncture, and you can see they're just the shooting gallery down towards long. Perfect flashes, really good stuff. And they collect the round. So this one feeling like it's going to simmer on out here. G2, they've had to battle hard, but they're looking to survive. Remember, this isn't them in the Spodek. Still one more best of 3 later today against the winner of Astralis versus Fnatic, which is still raging on over on the B stream.
Difficult day for these teams. Hunter
again
loves the mid aggression. This time Monacy backing him up.
Bullying him now.
He is having a field day. Just one. At least Art is able to trade that out, but Nico's pushed down Banana. And he has been berserk so far. Aren't they going to check him? Art, he's going to walk right past. Nico's let him walk on by. And he might just get a second. No one's checking Nico. More kills. Hits 1 for 1. Good check from Yuri.
Oh, they're in B. They're in B.
And they are in the B side. Alexi B did not do much there at all.
And they knew it must have been coming. Yeah, right. Nico's calling. The Art's already crossed, and Alexi's just gone on down with the pants around his ankle.
That's it done.
Yeah, they have to save. Look how low Monacy is. It felt like Nico had won the round through positioning alone.
So you have Hunter in the initial round, goes down mid, gets the first kill. Nico lets them run on by.
He gets one and done, but it's Alexi's death. He must have been on high alert that they were coming.
It had to be. The bomb even walked past.
Okay.
Well, okay, well, that was 15 for G2, it felt like.
Another one that's just gone awry there. The G2 have a couple that they might need to go back and watch in the VOD review.
Well, angry family member hasn't turned off the life support yet for Furia.
Yeah, they're still going. They're still kicking along here. Loss bonus for them. Well, doesn't matter. It's about to be win bonus. Guns can be dropped. They can get the purchases coming on through. How many more lifelines do they need here? It is another chance.
It is, and the problem for Furia is they have had these chances. They just haven't been able to string them together time and time again. And the problem here is they still have to deal with a significant buy of G2.
Yeah, you feel the conversation after that one is, we know we should have had that, but check this. It says Yuri. Yuri's clearing it.
Yuri is clearing
Come on, Yuri, man.
He doesn't trust his teammates, Chad.
That is ridiculous. That is actually... that is ridiculous.
That is just wild.
Okay, well...
Yuri's that kind of guy.
Yeah, I guess. Okay.
Triple check it. That's what you have to do. Well, here we go, Furia. That's your chance. Now, are you going to capture it? Utility bombarding Banana from both sides. Furia don't have too much resistance here. G2 are not playing around top Banana just yet.
Actually able to retain quite a bit of map control here. You got Monacy over towards short with the AWP. Hunter's jiggling over towards long. Banana is argy-bargy as they push back and forth. And, well, there's some more fourth from the CTs as the top Banana utility lands. Oof. There it is, ladies and gents. Fnatic, they're going to be gutted with that one there. They were the team to actually send G2 down to the lower bracket. They have been eliminated here at IEM Katowice. Nico.
He's going to be waiting around. The smoke at the car. Nico wants it to reveal his opponents, but he did not want them to bite like that. Casserado removes the head of their biggest player, and now Alexi B goes down without a fight as well. G2 can't afford to go for this. It has to be the save call, and Drop is in a position to try and make it expensive as well.
Yeah, they can't make too many sound cues here, or Drop will punish this. Monacy over towards the trash position at long. Art's starting to run down mid here. Might get cleared out. Jackie Boy hasn't cleared the boiler room. Now they need to escort Monacy out of play. Drop seems to sniff them out now and should have a chance here. But look at this, like ships in the night.
Okay, sneaking up, Jax. We'll find 1 and 2. Both of them down. Very good stuff from Jax. Actually upgrades to the AK as well, but the forces are not relenting.
Yeah, Yuri's still coming here. So Jax is going to have to be ready and raring to go for more as bomb. 5 or so seconds left. How far does Yuri want to push the issue here? Money is gonna be there.
Oh my, that's how he does it. Okay.
Cheeky,
Or
cheeky.
Jax.
Yeah, and that actually has huge ramifications because otherwise m0NESY and Hunter, well, and Jax as well, would have all been able to drop a rifle. Now they're actually going to be short one. So that's why we do see this timeout coming on through and a chance for G2 to talk things through with Xtaz the coach. But this also allows Gary to get back on the mic for the Furia side of things. And now that it's only 4 rounds the difference, it starts to feel doable for the Brazilians who haven't given up just yet. They've been putting on quite the showing here today. I think for almost everybody playing at home, it has been G2 as the clear favorites in all of this. But Furia have been putting on a show. Now, we've seen the aggressive maneuver a couple of times. Hunter barreling down mid, Nico pushing down for that banana control. They've even done a play where they show themselves in second mid window and take a duel all the way down deep ult mid.
For whatever team progresses here, at least they know Astralis has had a crazy long series.
Yeah, both of them are going to be tired.
Yeah.
So that's a positive.
It's not like their opponent has, you know, bashed up the other team and it moved through the side of matchup. So at least that is a positive for both these sides who have had to fight tooth and nail in this one. And it keeps on going. m0NESY taking a bit more of a risk this time. A bit more responsibility on his shoulders. Unable to get anything from it, but they're hanging around here. And Nico, he's done damage, but again falls to Castorado.
A couple of deaths here to Nico, top banana. He has been the impact player for G2. The fact he's gone early, they have to work without him. And in such a key round, they fully invested, they dropped the rifles. This is going to be hard to win.
You know that Nico is going to be frustrated by that. You know when a player realizes he's the star of the show, he's the most impactful player. When he's going down in rounds that he can make the difference, that is going to be extremely frustrating.
Here they come.
Now Furia turn to A. Jax, he has been quiet, but can he step up from the pit? His teammates are with him. It's Hunter taking down Castorado. Jax with one as well, and now G2 will turn the numbers to their favor. Art with a shot through the graveyard. Jax spots the player on the box, but no kill. And now m0NESY leaping through the smoke. Alexi B taking matters into his own hands. And now it's just Art dropping back, AWP in hand, and what a round, what a recovery from G2.
Crazy move from G2 there, just to brute force through those smokes, take the fight, and catch Furia off guard. They're normally the ones with the chaotic plays that pan out in their favor. This time round, they're on the receiving end, and Art knows he has no option but to drop back and save. Needs to hold on to the AWP. It's going to be one of the only key weapons they'll be taking into the next round. Their loss bonus has bottomed out. It's only 1,400 into the next. And they're going to be in a rough spot to close this down. Hunter and Jax, they held them at bay until the rotation got in point, and that is with the early death of Nico there. So the rest of the team has stepped on up and bowed them out in a bad situation.
I love how m0NESY and Alexi B just dive through the moto smoke. Impressive stuff. G2 realize this is the moment. This is where we take 15. One more, and they have stepped into this decider matchup.
Oof, are we going to go overtime here as well? Here's the big question. Furia have already beaten that of Astralis in this tournament so far. So if they were able to pull this upset off in OT, they would go into that matchup as the favorites against the Danes. But they need 5 consecutive and then overtime to get themselves there, whereas G2, just one more round needed for them. And it kicked off with that kill. This is Hunter and Jax. They're isolated on the site. They're doing their absolute best here to try and make this one possible. Bought enough time for this crazy push to come on through. m0NESY whipping through the smoke with Alexi B alongside. And here it is, the final buy. A MAC-10, a Galil, the saved AWP, and a couple of AKs. Can they get it done, Furia?
Art with the first nade around. Utility for Furia. They do not want this to be their final motions in Katowice. The alleviate pressure of Banana. They go silent for the meantime. Clearing out this close position. Forcing back possible position of the AWP being held, and they will clear sandbars, but m0NESY tested first. Quick shot, and now they're running it down. Furia looking to move through. Nico with one, but m0NESY is now sitting at the back of the site. Pressure on the young man's shoulders, and Castorado will kick him out. Furia onto the site, 3v3. Castorado's on 1 HP. And G2 have utility. They throw the itchy in, safe down to 21. They are so low. Yuri's flank.
This could be everything right now. Yuri could win this round right here and keep Furia in it. No one's accounting for this.
He's coming around the backside. They're letting him make the play. Jax walks around the corner. Yuri's flank given up. Alexi B hits the shot. Safe still in the sight. Fragging out, but it's all on him. Spots the barrel, jumping around the corner, and Safe will hold. This time's ticking, and Hunter brings him down to the defuse. He will run, and G2 move through to the decider matchup. They are going up against Astralis to try and continue this one forward and take their spot in the spot deck. They have taken down Furia, and they will stay alive in Katowice.
Hard for